fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit on Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was racing?
Sorry. Got hurt. It's like not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for somebody, anybody that can help, and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
Randall Savage.
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce, and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? And I steal the question from Cabs.
I got it right. Look at this.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! That's right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm bar, get the farm bar, get around with the bomb with the bomb bar.
Daddy's gonna take you to Jersey Shore.
It's fucking Tuesday again. Every fucking week we out here. Every Tuesday that you can think of, we out here. As always, we got Lay in the building. What's going on, Lay? We got Cabs in the building. What's going on, Cabs? And we got Cap in the building. What's going on, Cap? The crew is here, and we're ready to get this shit popping. We got a banger for you. Disney Plus is talking about doing a Daredevil fucking TV show, and I thought it was all the rage until somebody announced it, and now people are giving a shit. You're muted, Cabs. Uh-oh. See? They already fucking with him.
Kevin Feige just cut him off.
Yeah. They knew how
Can
real
you hear me now? Okay.
Now we can hear you.
So when you introduced me, I said that's gonna take you to Jersey Shore. That's it. I love that bit. But I kind of wanted to start doing just something new. If you guys don't agree, it's cool. But just like a little like intro type of thing where like it's just ask a random question about whatever, anything. So for this week, just very quickly, this is just the first time I'll do it, and I'll have a bunch of different random shit. And if anybody wants to join and have a question for us at the beginning of the podcast that we talk about, please DM us. Y'all know toe shit, y'all know my shit, y'all know less shit, y'all know show shit. So just DM us. But for today, when you've had a really rough day, when life is just kicking your ass, when you say to yourself, yo, when it rains, it pours on that day. Y'all know that day, right? Everybody here know that day. Yep. Okay. So what is your comfort food? What is the go-to food? It doesn't matter if it's 30, 40, 50 bucks. Money isn't nothing. Health isn't nothing. We're not counting carbs, calories, nothing. What is the comfort food? I'll let y'all go, then I'll go after.
Mine is simple. It's Airheads.
So when life is rough, Airheads is what gets you out of the slump.
Yep. That, you know how most people
respect
go
that.
buy a 6-pack of beer and drink it?
I had a rough day, clearly.
There's six Airheads in a pack. That's my 6-pack.
How do you feel about the white mystery flavor?
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
I love the white mystery flavor. So good.
Yo,
All right,
right now they got like a citrus one.
We were talking about it the other day.
Yo,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Who's next?
Shit, man. It's
Pick one, Toe.
what's going on, Flocka and Dream?
Flocka, what up?
Damn, bro. It depends, man. Yo, I always have to have my soda.
Yeah, well, yeah, we know
Yeah,
that. We know
yeah,
the soda's part of the meal.
Yeah. But it's the thing is, it's like when you went through not a hard day, but like hard ass labor, and you gotta celebrate the fat lady, the glass fucking Coke. You need the glass Coke. That's the fat lady.
So it's Coke. It's not Fanta. It's not anything. It's Coke.
But sometimes if I can't find that, then I gotta get an orange sun kiss. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the orange sun kiss is like, you know what?
So you prefer Fanta? You prefer Sunkiss over Orange Fanta?
Yes.
I prefer Orange Fanta, but Sunkiss is godly. It's God tier.
Nah, yeah, I hear you.
Flocka, right now so I'm gonna start doing a little thing where I just ask a random question at the beginning of every podcast. Today we're doing when you have a really rough day and dream match. Flocka, let us know in the comments, like when you have a really rough day and you just need some comfort food. You don't care about calories. You don't care about carbs. You don't care about price. What is it? Le, you're up.
Fried chicken and or beer whiskey. It's one of those.
Yeah.
It has to be the fried chicken and beer or whiskey
together.
Has to get.
Yo, dream match. Arroz
There you
con leche. Let's go. Okay, now that is legit comfort food. We asking everybody, Flocka.
That's right.
So I wasn't able to order it today because I had a rough day. I had a long day. I just got back to the crib like I was like 45 minutes ago. It's crazy. But when I have a really rough day, what I want to eat is cheese fries. And not just any cheese fries. I don't like cheese fries where you put the cheese over it and then you melt it. No. I like fries with cheese sauce.
Like that nacho sauce they give you at the movies.
Yeah. Do you guys remember for a limited time Taco Bell did the nacho cheese fries with the cheese sauce?
Yeah.
One time, I'm not proud of this. I ordered like $20 of just that. It was mad fries and cheese sauce. There was like 2-3 tacos in there all day. It was so good.
Oh shit, you got to do that. Yo, the reason why I was giving you that look is because the Coke is always there, but it's like there's certain things like it, but it's always glutton. When it's a lot, like it's a bad fucking day, I want the fucking the chicken cutlet parmesan with spaghetti. I want like 3 fucking pork chops with the rice. I want a family meal when I eat. You know what I'm saying? I want a 32-ounce T-bone fucking steak. I want one of those motherfuckers that you look at me and you go, bro, is that your meal for the week? And you're like, nah, nigga, this is the snack. And then I'm going to go eat with my family.
Porterhouse for 2 for 1.
Word.
Dumb Marks podcast says cheesecake, soft baked cookies, Sonic watermelon slushy. Yeah. Man, that's on the list, kid. I've never had that. I've never had that. I actually, the juices, the Simply's Best. That's my favorite juice. Simply's lemonade is god tier, but the watermelon is actually surprisingly good. I get a lemonade and a watermelon because they sell them at the supermarket sometimes, 2 for $5. So when that happens, watermelon and a lemonade.
Nice.
Dumb Marks, are you doing regular cheesecake or you put some sauce on that? Maybe a little cherry, maybe a little strawberry, maybe a little blueberry, maybe a little caramel. I said caramel. Maybe
a little ice cream.
Maybe a little ice cream on the side of cheesecake.
Little cool whip.
The Cool Whip. All right, that's it. I just wanted to ask that question. I'll do that from time to time if y'all don't mind.
Now I'm fucking salivating.
You know what's fucking funny? As bad as sugar is for you, no lie, like Airheads, just the texture of it, it literally calms me down.
Like the red velvet. Oh my god, you talking crazy language right now, dumb marks. That's the language of gods. So like the taffy is what it's kind of like when the baseball players, like chew sunflower seeds or something for the stress. Yeah, I hear that. I miss I do miss the Laffy Taffies with the dumb dad jokes on them. The original dad joker, though, let me tell you, is Laffy Taffies. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
I got a dumb dad joke.
Please.
It's one that I made up. So I made this up because I got tired of one of my old coworkers had like real dad jokes. So I just was being stupid and I made this up. I was like, what do you call a tiger with no nose? You call him a fucking ambulance. He's fucked up. This motherfucker's missing his nose.
That is legit a dad joke. Good punchline on that. The only type of dad jokes I have are inconsiderate.
That's the best ones.
So there was one time, right? Damn, I don't wanna go off. So I was
dude,
that's what we do. I know.
I'm the Mr. Go Off.
Guys, this is a racist joke. I'm Dominican, it's fine. Okay. Yeah. So
let me check the book.
Yeah, I'm Dominican, it's fine. Don't let the pigment fool you. That's from my Spaniard ancestors, but my other ancestors is from Africa. Give me a break. So I was working aboard. I was working not abroad, but I was working in Arizona doing some, my job sent me over there to start up a new site, whatever. So we would do like huddles and shit, and we would talk amongst each other. There was a lot of animosity between the people that were like doing this. So tensions were high. So I did the only thing I thought was right, was to say a racist joke. So I was like, all right, guys. I got a racist joke to break the tension. And it's funny because I got everyone's attention. Everyone was like, okay, we could do the racist joke. Okay, so there was a zebra. Zebra dies, goes to the pearly gates, talking to the pearly gates like, oh man, this is great. I'm here. Hey, what's up? I want to see God. Where's God at? He's like, hey, wait, why do you want to see God so bad? It's like, I have a question for him. I have a question for God. And they're like, okay, well, there he is. Go over. So he goes, okay, God, I'm a zebra, but I have a burning question. Am I white with black stripes, or am I black with white stripes? And God goes, you are what you are, my son. He goes, what? He goes, you are what you are. So he goes back to talk to David at the front of the pearly gates. Like, all right, David, I got my answer. I'm ready to go. They whoa, hold on. What is there? Are you white or are you black? He goes, oh, I'm white. And he was like, well, how do you know that? He said, God said you are what you are. If I was black, he would have said, you is what you is. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
It makes sense.
That's good.
And yo, let me tell you, things got a lot better from that point on for us as a team.
Yeah.
The camaraderie, the building.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I'm Dominican. They were like, okay, he's black. He could say that. Like if the white guy would have said that, we would have had a problem. But yeah,
it would have been more team building, but just one less team member.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's how you start a fucking show.
Yeah. Very excited about.
We talk about
some food and racism.
Yeah. the two ingredients every show needs to be successful.
I'm gonna regret that watching this podcast. Watching back, I'm gonna regret that joke for sure.
That joke is as mild as G.I. Jane 2.
Like, yeah, it's mild, right? Okay.
Yeah. It's a zebra.
We can ramp
watch
it up.
Out. Will Smith might come into your house and smack you, though.
I'm not gonna say the joke, but we've all watched Boondock Saints here, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember that joke about the Coca-Cola? Now,
yeah.
that's a bad joke.
Yeah.
That's a bad joke. Yeah. Anyways.
Nah, I hear you. Yo, so all right. Serious face. So is it a rumor or is it official? Disney Plus is doing the.
No, it's official. It's official.
It's
It's
official
official.
tissue,
They have
okay.
writers and everything.
All right, official tissue. Disney Plus is doing a Daredevil show. Now there was 3 seasons on Netflix. Now we're gonna sit here like a lot of people were like, "Yo, they need to bring Daredevil back. They need to give him his own show, all that other shit." And then now when they said, "All right, cool, we got it," and everybody's like, "No, fuck this. I'm pretty sure there's a woman involved in it. We don't like this, and it's not rated R, so you can't have Daredevil in a TV show." And I'm sitting there going, "Yo, I don't remember Daredevil fucking people like that on the Netflix show
He fucked 2 people.
on 3 seasons."
He fucked. That's decent.
Yo,
That's
fucking
decent.
the Expendables, the Eternals, fuck. Just because they weren't real people doesn't mean it's less sex.
It was Karen and Elektra.
See, there you go. So
Off the top, who wants to see Elektra again?
I'm
if
good.
they do
I'm
it, if they do it right,
I'm good.
for
I'm okay.
some
I'm okay with
reason,
it. I'm
Her,
okay with it.
her tone was horrendous to me.
yeah,
Horrendous.
Yeah.
To me. Like her just her. I'm like, yo, if you read the comics, she's not this all playful. Like yo, no. She murks people.
She's
That
very
is her
robotic.
profession.
She's very robotic.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say something.
Here we
We constantly she's like Spider-Man.
Mhm.
We constantly see Spider-Man in high school and never really get the full-grown version.
Mhm.
So we constantly see Elektra before she becomes the full-on I'm just wearing red to murk everybody Elektra.
yeah.
Mhm.
Flacco,
'Cause I
we're
feel
talking
like
about
you-
Elektra in the show. There was a couple miscues.
Yeah.
I feel like
Jennifer Gardner coming back.
That Elektra was disrespectful on all kinds of level. We're talking about the one on the show I could watch. That one, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
yeah,
You just
I-
asked if Eva Marie's gonna be Electra. You get out of here.
I'm sorry, you were saying. My bad, Kev. Go ahead. You were saying.
Yo. Funny story before I get into that. Funny story with Evanescence. The studio, the label that they signed with, they wanted to put a rapper with them permanently. And Evanescence was like, nah, fuck that. We're out. So they left the label. Then the label got a deal to be on the soundtrack for Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, shit, we need them back. So they were like, all right, you can come back. You don't need a rapper at all. But the studio wants one for this song specifically. So that's why Wake Me Up has the one dude rapping and none of their other shit does.
It kind of worked out with like Dilated Peoples because they were like they were like a little different off-brand alternative, but they kind of rapped. I love Evanescence. I'm not making fun of Evanescence.
Awesome.
Evanescence is the shit, but it felt weird in that movie. But go ahead, Cap. Continue about Elektra.
Well,
No,
Emmy Lee's
so-
the shit. I don't know about the
Yeah.
rest of the cats.
No, she's
that.
awesome.
She's awesome. Yeah.
But what I was saying is you have to I don't think it serves any character to have them just the fucking robot killer lady
Yeah.
without showing some sort of personality or some reason why Matt would fall in love with her.
Facts.
Because in the comics, the way things happen in the comics reads differently than it does in real life. For people who know, like us, we know, how she is, so we would easily accept it. But for like Show or maybe Toe or somebody who doesn't read and doesn't know,
Mhm.
the burning question be like, it's kind of like in the actual Daredevil movie with Jennifer Gardner. It's like they have no chemistry together. This lady made fun of him before even realizing that he was blind. They fought in a fucking children's playground. how the fuck did these two idiots fall in love?
That man,
Like,
that was so bad.
it's kind of like that. Like for casual fans, if you don't show something to show that Elektra has more than just I got a fucking Asai and I'm gonna stab people,
But
it needed
but-
something more.
but all right, let's pie in the sky this. Imagine we start the show, Disney Plus. You talk about Daredevil and Elektra's already in there. And the first 2-3 episodes, she's fucking Scarlet Witch, massacring them. Just straight out massacring motherfuckers. And you show us this is the badass assassin that you gotta watch out for. This is the woman we thought she was supposed to be.
I don't know. Yeah.
And then you
can do
have a
that now.
scene where it's one of those like people are going after her, and Daredevil is like going after her, but Daredevil's on some I can't let her die. I gotta save her because like this is a greater threat than her. So they're both fighting to save to save their own lives against the Foot Clan or whatever the fuck you call them, the Hand. Yeah, the Hand. Like you're fighting against these motherfuckers, and they just grow like that mutual respect for each other. It's one of those things. Is like,
Which is kind of where we left them off.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that now for the Disney Plus show because people can go back and get a sense of who Elektra is from the Netflix shit.
Yeah, there's a history established already, so you can pretty much
But-
do that.
yeah.
But the way Daredevil's first season was written, I don't think lend itself to introducing Elektra straight out the box as some sort of an assassin.
Mhm.
That now all of a sudden Matt is like, oh well, I guess I gotta watch her back. Like it didn't lend itself to that. That's
Yeah.
not the story they were telling.
I mean, I think had you met her and in one of the scenes, like they alluded to her, and with him and Foggy were in Colombia, they alluded to her also, the Greek chick or whatever. And by the way, fun fact, Fox, she's Greek. I don't know what Jennifer Gardner is, but I know she's not Greek. Okay. 2 points to you guys. But had you shown like a little clip of her, like her talking to Matt, and then Foggy comes up and then she goes, well, I gotta go. Your date is here. Something like that, like show that she's like my date. All of a sudden Foggy speaks. She goes, oh, Foggy's here. And it's like, that tells you the kind of person she is. You know what I mean? Like she goes, yeah, you may like me, but this is your boy right here. This is your man. So something like that, I think it would have gave you a little bit of flavor. And then when she does come back, you go, oh, I know her attitude from the first season. I know how she rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can all agree, especially from last week's conversation, is given enough time and foresight,
Yes,
everything could have been written a little bit better.
absolutely correct. I agree with that. Yes,
But like I
100%.
mentioned before, writing a TV show or a movie has got to be way harder than we think it is.
Absolutely.
If they're not coming up with ideas that we are.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing to me is, we say it all the time, and it's you have to. It's better to repeat this. You have to repeat this. Is if you read those comics, it's pretty much a TV show in your head. You know what I mean? You have your panels.
Just a crazy ass TV show.
You have your storyboards, which are the actual pictures, and there's some shit you can't do. But for people like Daredevil, who's street level, a lot of that shit is very capable. And you've filmed in the city already. You've done Luke Cage, Punisher, Iron Fist. I'm sorry, I had to say that. My apologies.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You gotta say it. You have to.
Jessica Jones. You've done all these shows, the Punisher, so you can do it. My question is, it seems like you're making it difficult for yourselves. Like it's like the Superman syndrome. You paint yourself into a corner. You do it to yourself.
Yeah.
Why? I mean,
So the thing about like writing and making movies and all of that is that hindsight is 2020. Like we are seeing the finished product and judging it. I'm pretty sure writers do the same thing. Like if they are courageous enough to watch their work, there's a lot of writers and actors that don't like to watch their own work. Even streamers, they just don't like rewatching themselves. So again, hindsight is 2020. I'm pretty sure the writers see the shit like, man, maybe we should have done that shit we talked about. There's so much things that don't make it, and so much things that do make it that the writer necessarily might not agree with, right? So there is that. I'm just, and look, before we all continue, I think we should all say this. I think everyone in here loved Daredevil. I watched Daredevil later on. So I watched like the first couple episodes of Daredevil way back in 2015 when it aired, but everybody kept saying, "Oh, this isn't canon," and I was like fully into the MCU at the moment, so I skipped it. I can honestly say that as someone who is on this fucking podcast. I feel ashamed, but I went back after Spider-Man No Way Home, of course, and yeah, I continue where I left off, and it was great. But like, we hope that Disney Plus just does justice to this freaking, like, you can talk to a lot of people. Daredevil is their favorite Marvel, like, brought to life adaptation. There's so many people who will be like, yo, fuck the MCU. Did you see what happened with Daredevil and Netflix? Like, there's so many people that say that. So we hope that we're wrong, but it's hard not to be nervous, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I want to say two things. One, I'm such a Daredevil fan that I actually like the director's cut of the Ben Affleck Daredevil.
It's not bad.
No,
That
it's not.
is a good movie.
That I've seen. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
No.
Second thing I want to bring up is, so far, with all the Disney Plus shows, what in those shows has given anybody reason to doubt that they can't do Daredevil? Every single one of the shows has been a massive success.
Well, the fact that Daredevil was a little bit more grittier.
Yeah.
I mean, Moon Knight was dark.
Look, I have a whole bunch of shit that I want to bring up in the terms of grittiness of Daredevil.
All right. Real quick. The chat, Dunmark's podcast wants to go. Do we need Elektra in the Disney Plus show? All of these are supposed to be tied into the movies, and it makes no sense if one season, if it's one season like the rest have been. Oh no, yeah.
If Daredevil if they're gonna connect the hand to it, then you definitely need Elektra. And the hand is a big part of. At one point, Daredevil leads the hand. So if the hand is involved, Elektra has to be involved.
Which coincidentally now Punisher's the lead of the hand.
Yeah.
You know, but
I saw that
logo.
There's the Liberty. There's the Liberty. He has nothing. By the way, the hand took it real well. He murked a couple of those guys. They never went after him again.
But it's actually like a redemption arc for him, though.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about the fact that the hand, he sniped about 3 solid of them, maybe 5. And they said, "Oh, well, it's cool. We can lose him."
If you
not gonna take revenge on the guy.
You know the old saying: if you can't beat him, you make him join you.
Very true.
Yeah, the crazy shit is like pie in the sky thing. They already set up Kingpin, and they already had Natasha's sister as his assassin, right? So instead of having Elektra in there, why wouldn't you have Kingpin be the mystery head boss in Daredevil like he was in Hawkeye, but have the woman that's opposing Daredevil be Natasha's sister, because she's already she's already a hired gun, and you could have him hire her to kill Daredevil. You know what I'm saying? Like or have Daredevil like try to stop her because like he's seen what she did, you know, to Hawkeye or some shit like that. Like have her in it, or someone from the Red Room.
Well,
you know, because you already
have Red Room. Okay, I don't think having Natasha's sister works.
Well, the reason why I say that is one, because her character is fucking awesome. So to see more of her, I think would you're muted again, Caps. I think would be another dynamic. But also, like, to take away, like, if you're gonna add it to at least the Disney Plus shows, you gotta connect one of them to another. He's in the same fucking city as the Kingpin and Hawkeye. Like, he can't be in Brooklyn, in Red Hook or Hell's Kitchen, and not know what the fuck happened with Kingpin. It's not like the big ass head in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? He's deaf. He's not fucking. I mean, he's blind. He's not fucking deaf. He's still muted.
Would automatically be a villain for Daredevil.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
check.
Good now.
You can honestly, I wouldn't use Yelena as for that, because she's gonna probably be part of the Dark Avengers or something like that. It's gonna be her story arc is gonna be bigger. And she already did the thing in New York, you know what I mean? She found out Hawkeye didn't do it, and it made sense to her. She moved on. You have Bullseye. You have a bunch of people that are way more important to the Daredevil mythos that could make sense being in this. Like, Bullseye works for Kingpin all the time. Like, he's literally like on retainer, I think, at this point. You know what I'm saying? And the guy that played him in season 3 is still alive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he had a great arc because he believed he was batshit. You know what I'm saying?
That guy was unsettling every time he was on screen.
Exactly.
It was
like,
insane.
Especially when he was alone doing that whole whatever he was doing
in the apartment.
Yo, I was like
listening to his tapes and shit. Yo, that guy was incredible performance.
Yep, absolutely. And I said it. I said before that season 3 of Daredevil probably to me has the best writing out of all the seasons, just because it's Matt dealing with his inner turmoil. And I've always loved like the same thing with Moon Knight. When that's happening, I don't need so much of the costume that I need that conflict.
No, yeah.
That's why I read the comics. I mean,
we spoke about it, and the only thing I don't like about Daredevil season 3 is that I just wanted to see more lawyer stuff. And I know we spoke about it. Matt is like rehabilitating himself. We don't got time for lawyer shit. We need to get back out there and be the Daredevil. But
absolutely,
I'll never forget that scene where he puts the teapot in his nose, and pours water in it, and then just all the blood comes out. I was like, yo. And then his mom is just 10 out of freaking 10 that whole season. Wow, she's so good.
Yeah, man. And it was dope that he went back to his original costume.
Yeah,
I remember to explain it to my lady. I was like, you see, that costume is not the original one. And then I showed her the scene where he fucks up the guy on the train tracks that was raping his daughter. I go, that is the Frank Miller outfit, pretty much.
Yes.
Like, that's the one thing I'll give Netflix and all these new shows. When they do literally right off the page costumes, they play no games.
Yeah.
Shit, Hawkeye wasn't that difficult, and they did it great with the
I
mean, Cabs know this, as well as I do. That comic, it was pretty much tit for tat. The gear, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Right at the
full on recreation of and such great art. I read that shit because of you, man. What the art direction in that damn comic! Wow.
Same thing with Sam. When Sam shows up as Cap.
Oh yeah,
that's straight out of the fucking comic.
Absolutely. When I saw that, I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, if you Moon Knight, I remember when people were complaining about it. Then at the end of this, we're the only ones that liked it. By the way, also at the end of it, that was sick. I go, oh, it's sick now. The trailers just sucked, but now it's sick.
We enjoyed the mummy rap from the beginning.
What's funny is that's how I felt about the street version of Daredevil's costume. At first, I was like, I don't know if I like this. And then by the end, when he put his real shit on, I was like, nah, I kind of like the other one better.
I was dying because when I saw the stuff, I go, yo, first of all, I have that sleeve with the padding. I have that. I go, oh, this is Amazon list. It's straight off Amazon. This is what it's doing.
I love that makeshift. Who was the comic book run with the black mask and the black outfit? I want to know like the name of the run. We can get into that later.
Wasn't that Born Again?
Yeah, Born Again.
Okay, gotcha. So like, at the end of the show, I just prefer that. like. I just wanted that. Just give me more of that. Like with even in Defenders, even in Defenders when he put on the scarf and Jessica Jones like, you look like an asshole. But like I like that. I enjoyed that a lot more.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I also appreciated? You know what I appreciated about the Daredevil show? Like a lot more than like the movie. Like I think they showed once how he views the world.
Yes.
When he's talking to Elektra. That's in the movie, but when he's talking to Elektra in the show, Elektra asks him like, "Yo," she's like, "Yo, what do you see?" He's like, "Yo, the world's just burning," and he sees Elektra in that. In the movie, they showed us his vision all the time. I won't lie. The raindrops on Jennifer Garner was extremely cute. It was probably the best scene in that movie. Like, for real.
Cute.
It's not too cute. It was the right amount of cute. It's a very nice scene. But I do like in the show how that, like, they showed it once. My man's like, the world's on fire around me. It's so
and
good.
it's like that. It's like it's an episode that, because it's the Elektra episode, you don't care about it.
Right? It was like they didn't even want to do it. It just felt like it fit into the writing of this episode. Like they're vibing, they're chilling, they're kicking in, and they're like, you smell the love in the air. And she, who wouldn't ask that question to Matt, right? Like, how do you see things? And I thought it was cool. Like, I don't want to be negative, but like, it's okay. Which I asked you guys this in the chat, right? Like, are you nervous that they might not hit it as well as they hit it before?
No, I foresee them taking bits and pieces from that Netflix show.
Is it the same writers?
I don't think so. No, but
it's the people who wrote that show Covert Affairs.
Okay.
It was like a CIA spy show that was on USA, which is actually a really good show. It's a really good show.
I'll take your word on that.
I watched it with my father when it originally aired. It's not bad. It ran for like, I want to say like 5, 6 seasons. It was pretty good.
Nowadays you do 5, 6 seasons.
So I feel like 5 seasons is a good solid round number.
Yes, sir. I mean,
you can't arrow rate with that. You know what I mean? You can't. But
unless you're Law and Order.
That's for another time. I'm gonna get it. I want to get into the arrow thing because I was here with my lady's mom, right? We're watching it and we both are agreeing that we have the same problem with arrow.
Nice.
We're literally like, this is this, and we're like, I gotta talk about this, but just
that's awesome that you're talking comic books with the comadre. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. But I mean, I'll talk about that another day from season 1, which I absolutely love. We was killing people season, but I just want that same tone that they had going for Daredevil. That tone,
me too, man. Me too.
That tone is like the tone went from season 1 to season 2, even season 3, and something about that Daredevil tone was perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was because it's the first or just because it's like when you're cooking something in grease, you're like, you don't change that grease. So it's always going to be that damn good. And that's what it is. Nothing was ever changed.
Yeah.
Shout out Caporal Chicken.
Absolutely. Yes, Caporal Chicken. Yes.
Because we felt his pain from the first episode to the last episode. It was just the pain came from different sources.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you introduced the Punisher, who was almost like, you think you know pain, nigga?
Yeah,
like,
for real.
You don't know pain. And then you was like, hold up. We went from extreme to super extreme with this thing. It's like, oh, this is beautiful. And then you see his mom.
The first 2 episodes, he got brutally beat, and Claire is just patching him up. Like, we saw him mentally hurt, physically hurt, like everything. Like, it was just so many phases of Matt Murdock. And again, shout the fuck out to Charlie Cox.
Absolutely, yes.
Wow.
Both,
like, he got that award. I think it's the blind school or something. I'm sorry for not remembering. But he did so good as a blind man that they gave him an award. Bro, you used to see him if you look back at old interviews with Daredevil, sometimes he's just like wandering off. Like he's just he's just in character the whole time. It's crazy. And no offense to people that can't see. I'm sorry, but like I felt that he was like just blind the whole time. He did such a good job at it.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I am not worried in the least about this show.
I'm gonna follow you on that just because you said it. If you would be worried, I would be worried too.
No, the reason I'm not worried is because if anybody has ever read I know the shows are not like the comics. But if anybody's ever read the comics, Frank Miller's run is deemed as probably the best Daredevil run. But Kevin Smith had a run that was fucking awesome. There has been other writers that have written Daredevil that have been fucking awesome. Daredevil became mayor. His run is awesome. His run is leading the hand was awesome. The Devil's Reign storyline they did was awesome. Multiple people has had a shot at their take at Daredevil. So we had the Daredevil take. That's the Frank Miller run. So these new guys are gonna take it and let's see what they do with it. It's gonna be, for me, it's like somebody turning around going, yo, Spider-Man in the MCU is gonna suck because it's not Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. And then we got Spider-Man, billion-dollar movies, the last two movies. Everybody loves No Way Home. That's not the shit we got last time. Somebody else took over, and it worked out. The first Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I mean, the second one was whatever, but the first one
was really good.
People were like, yo, that's Spider-Man on screen.
Yeah.
It was different, right? Like the Hulk, Edward Norton, he did his movie. Mark Ruffalo had a different take. Mark Ruffalo's take is you either think it's better, just as good, or whatever. But just because they might take it in a different direction, doesn't mean it's going to be bad, because this medium is ripe for for trying new things. The only thing you really have to keep is you have to believe that Matt has an internal struggle from what he wants to do because he thinks it's right, and what his Catholic background tells him should be the right thing to do. But the rest of it, like you were saying, you can have what do you call it? You wanted Kingpin to have somebody to go after him. You like bring in Bullseye. With this new show, there's a character, right? There was a storyline that I read where Matt Murdock, like they were trying to he just came out of jail, and they were trying to figure out if he was still Daredevil because he had Danny Rand, of all people, out on the street pretending to be Daredevil.
Yeah.
So people didn't know that it was him. Kingpin sent this guy called the Matador after him. Yo, he looks awesome. His moveset was awesome. He's literally a bullfighter from Spain, and on his days off, he's a fucking mercenary. You could put that dude in this Disney Plus series. Because now you could try something new, and as dumb as you think, I mean, yeah, can they fuck it up? Yeah, they can fuck up anything.
They can fuck up anything.
Yeah, but as dumb as that thing sounds, that character being put in for 1 or 2 episodes, yo, that'd be like watching Antonio Banderas' Desperado going after the Daredevil. Like that could be cool as shit.
Yeah.
And it doesn't wane from the tone of whatever, the Netflix shit too much, because this motherfucker's coming to kill him, not bullfight him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, we do have an empty canvas now, right? Well, like, because we spent 3 seasons learning about Daredevil. We can literally put Daredevil anywhere now. Obviously, he's going to be New York. Obviously, he's going to be Hell's Kitchen. But it's very reminiscent of what's going on with Spider-Man, where, like, I think so. I want to be cautiously optimistic because it's just the kind of what you should be doing nowadays, and just tempering expectations. But we have an opportunity, same thing as Spider-Man, to just drop Matt Murdock. We're gonna get. I feel like this is gonna be an opportunity to give us a more comic book accurate Matt Murdock and Daredevil. Not that he wasn't before, but now we could just put him in anywhere. Like, we haven't seen him in so long. so much has happened in the MCU, and then boom, he's just show up like, yeah, I've just been lawyering, I've just been doing my thing. But now you could just really go with any storyline you want to go because there's no more explaining. Like we don't need an origin at all. We don't. Maybe we can talk about Karen and Foggy for a bit, but like we don't have to bring up his mom. We don't have to bring up his dad. We could just literally drop Matt Murdock anywhere within the comic book timeline in Hell's Kitchen in New York and just go for it, which is like the positive that I have in me. But
Yo,
it's just, I just hope like we just can't mess this up. Don't mess this up.
Yep. They dropped him in Spider-Man No Way Home. So for anybody who didn't watch the Netflix shows, he's apparently a lawyer.
We got him.
Blind. He caught the brick. What is that about? You drop him in She-Hulk, which I think they said they were going to do.
They got to do it. They got to.
He's a lawyer. How good of a lawyer is he? He's battling Jennifer Walters, whatever her fucking last name is. They said he's going to be in the Echo show. Drop him in Echo. You drop all this shit so that when he gets his own show, you further cement for anybody who didn't watch the Netflix shit. You cement, okay, I know he's this, I know he's that, I know he's this. Let's go off, run with his own shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much that you can do with this right now. So it is going to be hard to mess it up. But, okay. Maybe the question is, how can they mess this up? Maybe that's the real question. And I don't want to be negative. But how do we get you, Cap, such a huge fan of Daredevil, huge fan of the show? How do we get you out of this?
The only true way to get me out of it is bad writing. Like if the show is just written poorly, I'm out.
So no matter where we put Matt Murdock now because of this open canvas, as long as the writing is decent, you're there.
So, like I said, we all know my problems with No Way Home.
Yes.
I had all that whole thing. The Matt Murdock cameo was not one of my problems.
Okay.
And he has shown that he fits in, at least Matt Murdock fits in with the more humor-centric MCU.
Sure.
So Moon Knight has showed us how you can have Steven, who's your comic relief and their heart, and then Mark, who's your more down-to-earth, we need to fuck people up, a little bit more violent side. That right there is Daredevil. Matt is what connects us to him. He's the human side. When he takes off the mask, you see how much he wants to fucking actually do good shit.
Yeah.
When he puts on the mask, you get a feel for what I'm trying to do over here is not working. I'm gonna go fuck this dude up. Like, that's all you need. We've seen him in the cartoons. We've seen him in video games. We've seen him in other movies. Like, we've already seen him. If you're a fan of him, like I am, you've seen him in different functions, in different genres, in different tones, and he works. He works because with good writing, and I bring up the movie again, the editing and the writing they had in the theatrical release, horrendous. But for anybody who watches the director's cut, where they actually seemed like they took it more serious, and the editing was better, somehow the writing was better, they added a whole courtroom scene with him trying to defend Coolio for whatever was going on. That elevated that movie. And it elevated Ben Affleck's performance. Again, if you have good writing, it shouldn't matter that they don't go the direct tone of Netflix. And I have a whole thing here and a whole little mini rant about that when we get to that.
You know what's funny, Cap? I watched the video of how to write a good female character, and that's what she says. It basically all boils down to writing, you know, and I know that Brie Larson had some weird interactions with some co-hosts. Like those interviews were cringeworthy. The ones with Thor and
Don Cheadle.
and Don Cheadle, they were very cringeworthy, but it's right. It's writing. So, okay. Okay. So then how like maybe we don't keep the essence. Well, and I don't mean to take away from you, dumb marks. But my whole thing is I don't want to be this guy. You know me. You gonna know me. I'm always positive. I always try to be. But like I'm just nervous that Disney. So these shows, the shows that we've gotten, the shows from back then, the Netflix shows, the Defender shows, but their own shows, they were contained. How do we live in a world where we need to connect this Daredevil show? Do we do it? Do we not? So you think it's a good idea to do it, or do we not?
I'm sorry to jump all over this.
No. I'm asking you the questions. Go.
No.
Please. Yeah.
Again, if you're asking me, plugging Matt into other shit informs the audience he's connected.
Yeah.
Therefore, you don't have to necessarily connect his show to others because we already know Matt is connected to others. So the 1 or 2 cameo from somebody else, cool. Or you can go with the, hey, this happened to Matt. We're telling you what happened to Matt and how he got through it. Is perfectly fine without connecting it because we've seen him in Spider-Man. We see him in Echo. We see him in... So we already know he's connected. You don't need a direct line. We already know. That's why I think it'd be smart to do it the way they seemingly are going to do it. Then you don't have to worry about him when it gets to his show.
I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I'm very excited. Cautiously optimistic is the term that I use because oh man, maybe I'm just being a stickler. Maybe this is the one thing I'm being negative about when I try not to, but it's like, man, that show is just so good. Okay, is it
writing
fair?
good?
That's what I'm saying. So, Cap, my next question, and Larry, you can jump in here too, please.
Hold on, before you go with your next question, I gotta.
Go ahead.
It's Jesus.
Ghost toe.
I think what you do with him is you don't connect it to any other MCU, or you know what I'm saying, like the way they did with Moon Knight. You know, like Moon Knight was Egyptian, the gods. None of that.
You wouldn't want to see him like defending a superhero at court.
Maybe
like Spider-Man.
Maybe someone who's not on the level of a Spider-Man,
okay.
like a superhero. Like maybe you jump in Luke Cage.
Yeah,
you know, like Luke Cage is not well known in the city. He's just a guy that defended someone, and just so happened to have hurt him past the point of this is self-defense.
Like he went a little too far.
Yeah, like he's defending him. But I think like if you keep it in this is a city guy. That's a low-level hero that's doing his thing like they did in the Netflix show, and then you would attach it to something else, like maybe in season 2 or at the end of season 1, where the homegirl who got U.S. Agent or someone else in the Disney Plus shows comes and goes, "Yo, I've been watching you. We could use your talents." Some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because in all honesty, a lot of the Disney Plus shows and a lot of the movies do not connect to each other until the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Like the most Hawkeye connected with the MCU was the flashbacks to Avengers 1, and then her name dropping heroes. That's it. It was his show. Loki shit was his past, but there was his show. A lot of it didn't really it didn't explain the MCU. It's just do their show and just like, all right, it's in the realm, but this is Daredevil.
Yo, Toad, you just gave me an idea for the end stinger. If Valentina's gonna show up, for her to be like, I'm watching you. I've been watching you, and I need your help. And Matt turns around and goes, "I don't work the way you do. I'm not gonna sit around and take orders." And she goes, "No. I don't need the man in red. I
I
need
need
murder."
Matt. Oh
Ooh,
boy,
she knows who he is.
Yeah, and he's just, and it just you see, oh my, you see that's good writing. Like, yes, we don't write movies in here, but that is exactly what we're talking about. Some shit like that. And honestly, man, like if we can get a Daredevil show where he's 70% Matt and 30% Daredevil, like I'm fine with that. Like I don't need to see suits all the time. Maybe 60-40. You know,
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. But like I'm biased here. It's very subjective of me, but I want to see him in court.
Yeah,
I like that shit.
what we noticed with the Disney Plus shows and even with the Netflix shows, we get invested with characters. We want to get to know them.
That's the best part of these shows.
Yeah, Moon Knight, Jake, fucking Steve and Mark. It was that, and then when he dressed up as the guy, we barely saw him fight, but that was fine because we're like, hold on, wait, Steve and Mark. I want to know how they coexist. Like, Cap hated Steve until
I didn't like Steve either. Remember,
once his
that's the
character
first thing
arc
I
happened,
said.
he started fucking cheering for Steve.
That's the first thing I said. I was like, yo, he's a little too like he's a little too goofy. He's a little too goofy. And I was like, yeah, we get it. You're English. And I saw a lot of people online like, all right, buddy, we get it. You don't have to say in it every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like this is not me talking. Like I saw people online in Reddit, like just all right. And yo, by the end of the show, like I'm not going anywhere without Steven.
Yeah.
I don't continue this show without Steven, which is what Mark did. He's like, yo, I'm going back. I can't do this without Steven. And that is legit good writing. And then we got that crazy moment, that great moment where Steven has the Mr. Knight suit and he's just Billy clubbing motherfuckers up and just doing crazy kicks. Oh my God.
Yeah, real quick, who's directing this?
So
who's directing this, Cap?
I'm looking it up right now to answer the Dumb Marks podcast. It's two gentlemen who wrote. So it's Matt Corman and Chris Ord. They wrote and created the COVID Affairs, which was like a spy thriller show on USA back in the day.
You know, I love the espionage.
With
Yeah,
Piper Perabo. She was the lead
Piper
actress.
Wow.
Oh, and now I gotta look her up. Yo, what was the next question you had?
You know who it is as soon as you see it. Watch.
Yeah, she's from Coyote Ugly.
Yeah,
she's done a whole bunch of other shit.
She could have been Doctor Strange's girl.
Clea?
She could have been a Christine.
Oh, yeah, Ted too.
She could have been a Christine.
Okay, yeah.
He knows it's a good show.
Piper Perabo. Jeez, I haven't heard that name in such a long time.
Is that how you pronounce it?
That's how I heard them say it before.
Oh.
I was a huge fan of Coyote Ugly. I like that movie a lot.
Yo,
yeah.
You know what's funny? I didn't like that. I'm not that big of a fan of the movie, but I am a fan of Liam Rimes.
Yeah,
so I'll be in my car like you can try to resist.
You cannot deny the Leanne Rimes. You can't. You cannot.
You can't fight the moonlight.
You can't fight the movie. You seriously cannot. I enjoyed the movie just because, but yeah. Like the fact that it was like they used Leanne Rimes' music for that, I thought it was cool instead of just like some originally written shit. Like, no, get that cover in there. Excuse me.
What was your next question, Cabs?
I don't know. We're already here now. Yeah. I don't know. We got into a good, like, you know.
So if there was some things that, if let's say you're writing this show, what are some things you take from the Marvel?
From the MCU, you mean?
Netflix?
No, from the I'm sorry, from the Netflix show.
From the Netflix shows.
For me, you take the Christian religion turmoil that he had, and you that's the one thing that you can't shy away from, and you can't turn it into something else, because it wasn't preachy, It wasn't Christianity is great. It was his personal battle with his personal belief.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
like in Moon Knight did it great. It was Egyptian gods. It was Egyptian culture. They represented it well.
Mhm.
They didn't try to shove it down your throat. They weren't trying to convert anybody. They just, this is their belief system. This is their gods.
Mhm.
Come along on the ride. They got to, that's the one thing I will say that they have to keep is he is deeply religious. He has inner turmoil of what he should do, what he shouldn't do. Keep that. Don't tell us what we should or should do. Don't gloss over it because you're afraid that you might offend. Fuck that. It's his personal journey. It's got nothing to do with us.
No, yeah.
Shout out
I agree, no.
Catholicism. Shout
I
out
agree.
Catholicism.
I agree.
I want to keep his tact. I don't want him to be part of this new world where heroes are just accepted, where someone said, "Hey, Daredevil, do a flip." Like, when we saw Daredevil, he was very low key. I want him to still be the devil of Hell's Kitchen. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't want him to be Daredevil.
Yeah.
I don't want him to be polarized. I want the humanization of him. I want him to still be the devil of Hell's Kitchen. I don't want people in
You don't want photo
Cairo.
ops. You don't want photo ops.
I don't want people in Cairo to know who he is.
Got it.
I don't want him signing autographs. I don't want him to be part of this new MCU world where heroes are just like, okay.
No.
What if Matt Murdock was like that because he defended Spider-Man?
Let's get there. Let's get there. That's the writing that we're talking about, though, right? Let's get there.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Cab.
Sure.
What if they do the opposite? What if they do a thing where
He's just full on
superheroes-
vigilante?
no, yeah, superheroes are loved, but we have some dude in Hell's Kitchen who's taken, like, Cap wouldn't have done that shit. Spider-Man wouldn't have done that shit.
Exactly.
He's like, yo,
this guy's above
this
the
is how
law.
far I need to go.
He's beyond the law at this point. He doesn't kill anybody, but like Spider-Man could walk into, like, yes, Spider-Man is a vigilante. You got J. Jonah Jameson talking shit, but when Spider-Man is doing his thing, people are looking around and liking him. I want these people to not know who Daredevil is. Like, oh, this guy's been missing for a while. This is the devil of Hell's Kitchen. I want to keep that. Like, I want the fear to still strike, because the way that I look at it, the MCU is, or the way the world is portrayed in the MCU, people are just fine with what's going on. We saw that shit in Shang-Chi when the people were like, oh, any day now you can just get zapped. Like, heroes are okay.
Yeah.
I want people to look at Matt Murdock, the devil of Hell's Kitchen, and still be afraid. That's what I want. I want that.
Funny.
You
In a way, what I'm going with is literally piggyback off of what you do, what you just said, Caps. It's, I want them to use the city as a character.
Yeah.
Don't forget that New York City is New York City.
Yes.
We don't like shit that we can't control. We've seen everything, but that doesn't mean just because I see names coming down, I don't think that shit is cool. That is,
Yeah.
I don't want that to be my regular life.
I don't want
this-
Daredevil. I don't want Daredevil to go to a hot dog stand and just buy a quick sausage dog and a Coke.
In
I don't
costume.
want
Yeah, it's
that.
weird. Yeah.
I don't want to see him in the morning. I want to see him all at night. Like, I need that mystery of the
understand.
devil of Hell's Kitchen to remain.
Yeah.
Quick-
But
quick-
my thing is to have the city be as important as the character as it was
Facts.
in the Netflix
Facts.
thing. You know what I mean? Because remember, they said places like, oh, if you go to this place, this happens. Oh, this place is abandoned. Which if you listen to it, you go, they're right. That place is abandoned. When you hear 10th Avenue or further down, you're like, yo, get into the piers, get into the rivers. There's no buildings down there. You know what I mean? And the same thing, the attitude of the city is, yo, because of superheroes, we had all this shit happen. I don't need this shit in my life. I'm just trying to live in the city. You know what I mean? So definitely, yeah.
So I got a quick question for you, like an idea type thing. One, Johnny, we don't watch NXT 2.0 in here. We talk about comics. We talk about something important. Two, how would you guys
Come
feel?
back Thursday.
How would you guys feel if they addressed the blip and Daredevil started out because of the blip? Because it's like there's no one caring about New York. And he's the vigilante that's holding Brooklyn down. Like, I'm gonna keep my neighborhood safe because these motherfuckers went crazy. The Hell's Kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
So he was alive during the blip, just holding shit down.
Yeah.
I
Like
would
He started in the blip.
That's and then
That's a good way to do it.
Toe, hit the thing for yourself.
No,
The beep, beep, beep,
that's the
beep.
definitive take.
That's the thing.
But this is how you would connect it to the other shows.
Yeah.
Can I just see like 15 minutes when the show starts, the first episode, just 15-minute little montage of him holding it down during the blip.
But so this is how you would connect it to the other shows where Hawkeye makes mention that he knew who Kingpin was. And it was like Kingpin's not the one to fuck with. And he goes, not many people survive a hand-to-hand combat with Kingpin. What if Hawkeye knows who Daredevil is or knows about Daredevil because of the blip?
Because of Kingpin.
And
Not even because of Kingpin.
Yeah, but Daredevil's fighting the red tracksuit guys. He's fighting all those fucking mafia dudes, all those gangs in New York that Hawkeye's on some, I don't want to fucking deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be involved. Like, because he knows there's already someone doing this shit. I don't want to fuck with them.
Toe, get this. It's episode 2. Matt Murdock is just in the office, distraught about everything that happens. And fucking Foggy and Karen just blipping.
I was about to say the same shit, dude. I was about to say the same thing. You go 2 or 3 episodes before we realize he's in the middle of the fucking 5-year gap.
I can't. Absolutely. I wouldn't be able to handle that. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to handle that. Fucking Daredevil in the blip. I'm signing off. I'm getting out of here. I'm signing off. I'm signing off.
But that that works
on
so many levels because that
it
also
works
explains,
so well. We
can also explains now.
We can give him his own contained story and still connect it.
And the whole thing, like in Spider-Man, well, where the fuck has he been? That now all of a sudden he shows up as Spider-Man. Like, where the fuck has he been when everybody was gone? This motherfucker was doing his shit. Like,
so even to the point when Natasha knows about it.
My world. You just rocked my world.
Since Natasha's leading the Avengers at one, which she was like, I know all about the devil because Natasha. By the way, nice comic book nod. Natasha and him dated.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if Natasha knows, Hawkeye definitely would know.
And you can also have an aspect. You know how you guys said that superheroes are not accepted and all that? Maybe he has a thing against superheroes. He don't want to be known as a superhero.
He never did. He never did.
Like he resents these niggas. He's like, you guys brought these motherfuckers here, and when you left, no one stepped up. Like, you guys were studying earthquakes in the ocean where people were getting fucking raped and robbed and all this other shit in the city. Like, I had to take, clean your fucking mess.
Yeah, that's good. I think that's a little bit hard to pull off, judging how he acted in No Way Home.
True.
Because I realized he was defending a kid
who was being accused of being a superhero.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit hard for all of a sudden. That's a little bit like.
That's a hard bank.
No.
Bank left.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before he was in the shit, he was saving people in New York. How do you know that he doesn't know who Spider-Man is? And he's like, yo, Spider-Man is one of those people that were keeping this city down.
He could look at him as a peer.
Yeah, like one of those, like, yo, he was dragged into that shit. He's not Iron Man. He's not a fucking rich playboy motherfucker that just, yo, this is my address. He's not Captain America who only gives a shit about the fight and the war and all that. And when there's nothing there, he's just sitting. You know what I'm saying? This is what he's thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Keep talking to me.
He's not a celebrity hero.
You talking, and all I'm hearing is boop, 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 boop. Talk to me.
Maybe
talk
that's
to me
why,
nice, bro.
That could be the reason why he was like, I'm gonna defend Spider-Man.
Damn.
Because he's the only one that was actually holding it down for this city.
I wasn't ready for this today.
He's not going to Sokovia and blowing people up. He's worrying about the city.
I wasn't ready for Blip Daredevil. I didn't. Shit didn't even go into my head once. I was not ready for Blip Daredevil. Just
You're not ready for
it,
Blip
it,
Devil?
it'll make so much sense. We don't have to connect anything. We just put Daredevil during the blip for like an episode or two. And then maybe we can do a WandaVision thing where episode 4, he's just chilling like, damn, bro, what the fuck? There's nothing I can do. And you just have Foggy, Karen, everyone just blipping, and he's like, hello. I can't deal with that. I would cry. I would cry.
I don't think we've seen anything actually during those 5 years.
We haven't.
No. I mean, they just jumped 5 years later.
How many times have I not been on this show, on this podcast, asking for during the blip content? That's all I've wanted. When WandaVision episode 4 hit, and it literally just starts with people coming back into the blip in a hospital, I was like, I did the Leonardo DiCaprio meme that he's pointing at the TV. So first thing I said, this is what I need. Captain America Winter Soldier touched on post blip with the CDC. What is it called? Yeah. It's not the CDC, but
with the world,
the organization trying to get everybody back on track after the blip. They mentioned that, but like, remember when we were talking about I don't know if we started doing the podcast at this point yet, maybe, but when I was thinking about like Black Widow movie, I wanted to see her during the blip. Let me see some of those 5 years that she was just in there bullshitting. I would have loved to seen that. So that's why I'm so excited about it, too, because you hit like a personal note.
Yeah.
I want to see blip shit. I still to this day am clamoring about blip shit, bro. Let's go.
Do you think the Black Widow movie would have been better had, instead of going before Civil War, they did it during those 5 years of the blip, where we find out, oh, she has a sister, she had this, she had that, and then it would make sense for Val to turn around and go, hey, your sister who you just reconnected with, this dude killed her.
The worst mistake they did with that movie is not talk about the blip. That just shows me that they had an idea way before. They were just kind of slacking on bringing it out. They just brought it out because we could have had a whole blip movie, and we didn't have to have any of those other people in there. Maybe her dad, her mother, her sister, and just talk. Can you imagine? Yeah. Can you imagine a Black Widow movie starts? It's 3 weeks after the blip, and she's just sitting in that where she was at whatever, let's call it Avengers HQ. She's eating a peanut butter sandwich, and it's just them talking about what just happened a couple of weeks ago. Like Rocket, like she talks to Rocket. She's like, Rocket, have you found anything? Hey, look, man, we've been tracking. No signs of Thanos. I'm like, what are we doing here right now? That would have been much better, man.
Yo,
I've said it from the beginning.
If somebody would have turned around, like if she did one of those briefs, and Rhodey would have been like, here's something vague to us, some jargon that's vague to us, but it pings off in Natasha's head, and she's like, wait a minute. That sounds like the Red Room program. I thought we finished that, and then went to look for that, and then everything unfolded.
Or got like a letter or something?
I'm stressed. I'm stressed. You guys are just killing me today. Oh my goodness.
And not for nothing, if you think about it, you can also have it where Daredevil fought Ronin.
Whoa.
And that's how Hawkeye knows about Daredevil, but Daredevil doesn't know about Hawkeye besides the legend.
Mix that in with Kingpin. Why Hawkeye knows so much about Kingpin?
Yep.
It's because him and Daredevil fought as a miscommunication. We're both really going after him.
We're both really going after Kingpin, but their fighting styles are like so reminiscent of each other. Where it's just like dirty street shit.
Yep.
I can't deal
Yo,
with this
yeah,
podcast.
you heard
Yo,
this
this
story,
TV
right?
show has to be fucking 12,
Yeah.
13 episodes.
Yeah, we need a real season. Yo, She-Hulk is 9 episodes, by the way.
Yeah,
She-Hulk
but
is
they're all
9.
half hour though.
Oh, really? I thought it was
Yeah.
like regular 45.
No, they're half hour.
I think it's
half
because of the
hour.
comedic tone. They chopped
Yeah.
it down.
So it really is a sitcom.
Yeah.
Apparently.
It really is a sitcom. So
Yeah.
is it 30 with, is it 23 with 7-minute commercials or potential commercials? Or is it 33?
I think it's a 30-minute.
I think it's
Okay.
30. I don't think you can get commercials.
Because you know the
for that.
sitcoms, like Friends,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
watch
yeah.
that shit, it's 23
It's really
minutes because
23
it's
minutes,
7-minute
yeah.
commercials. So this will be 30, 30,
Yeah.
31, 33. Okay, that's not bad.
Yo, Kat, did you hear the story of why they didn't make the Black Widow movie sooner?
Why?
It literally was an exec over at Marvel told Kevin Feige that the Black Widow figures are not selling, so they couldn't do a female-led movie because they wouldn't be able to sell the merchandise.
It's always figures. Secret Wars, House of M. It's always figures, y'all. The history repeats itself. It's always figures. It feels a lot worse when it's in the movies and not in the comics, though. In the
Yeah.
comics, you can hide that shit super easy. I cannot believe that's why they took so long for this movie.
Yeah. And
Who
the
the
thing,
fuck buys action figures nowadays, though?
I mean,
I wrestling figures.
Wrestling? Well, no, I guess yeah. That was real stupid of me to say. I'm
but
sorry.
to think, you have a beloved character in Natasha Romanoff, and your fucking bright idea for your first female-led movie was, hey, let's get a character who in the comics is kind of a bitch, and let's make Captain Marvel first.
And then let's cast an even bigger cunt to do it. Let's combine all this niceness. I mean, you could have easily had her slated right after the core 3 Avengers. She
Yeah.
could have literally had a movie right after that, or
Yeah.
right in the middle of Cap's movies, because she's like entwined with Cap, so it makes sense.
I wouldn't have mind seeing a Black Widow movie a year after Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That'd have
saying.
been
It's
okay.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like right after, like she clearly exposed herself.
Yeah.
So now what happens?
Yo,
And
You
she's
put-
on the lam for that year. What's she doing? What's going on?
you
No
put that movie,
Taskmaster.
you put that movie directly after the Civil War, and
Not
that's
even,
it.
yo, I mean, but still, I feel I'm gonna go with Captain after Winter Soldier would have been really interesting because everything hit the fan at once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Especially for somebody who's a shield agent. You know what I mean?
And maybe we
he's
could
had
have
that
made
past.
like you didn't have to have Captain America show up in something like that, but some text messages, some emails.
Mhm, yeah.
Hey, Cap, how you holding up?
What was
I'm
it?
on the-
What was her father's name in it? The Guardian, the Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
Red Guardian.
Listen, whatever you do, keep him somehow.
Yeah.
Yo, no, he
Wait,
was 10
Listen,
out of 10.
I love
How
the actor
dope-
from Stranger Things. He's hilarious.
He
How
was
dope-
10 out of 10.
How dope would it have been if Natasha would have texted Cap and would have been like, "Be honest with me, who gave you the biggest problems?" And he would have been like, "Red Guardian." He was like, "Nope, it was the Hulk."
Yeah.
Just to fuck
Nah,
with him.
And like he
Now,
would have been
here's
like,
the
he would have been like, who? Who's
I'm-
that? And then she's just like, yo, he doesn't even fucking remember you, bro.
yo, as funny as you think that is, that would have took me out the movie. Because I was like, because the Red Guardian was in the 80s, Cap
Yeah.
died in the 60s and was revived in 2012.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck did he fight him?
Yeah.
Well,
Join the
the
blip.
Red Guardian did fight a Captain America, but it wasn't the Captain America.
No,
Yeah.
true.
It would have been hilarious though. It
No,
would've been
in the
fun.
comics, they actually did fight each other, and I know the whole thing.
Yeah.
But again, for me being me, I would have been like, "That doesn't line up." I don't think.
Yo,
you-
what if Cap would have been like, "Yo, on one of my first missions back, I fought him from the ice." This is the MCU, baby. Like that.
We
The
kinda-
timelines don't have the.
no, you can't X-Men this. You can't Fox X-Men this shit. We saw
This is
his
true.
first mission
This
was
is true.
Avengers.
You know,
No.
that's very, either he did it when he went back and put the stones back, but this is very set in stone right now. All puns intended.
No. What
It's
I'm saying, like
he
his
showed
first
up,
like
he woke
solo
up.
mission.
Now he woke up and he hit the gym right away to get the
He
blood
started hitting
flowing
those
back to
puncher
the
bags.
system. It was on some- I'm saying, I mean, you remember he wasn't working for Shield or nobody yet, and he had that stupid tight ass suit that he had on that time.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying, I would have loved for it to have been like a Captain America that they put, you know, because apparently making a super soldier serum is very easy. they make it, it's not so good, and he fights him, and he think it's Cap because he's dressed like Cap, but it was like, yeah, it's not Cap.
Yo,
It's just some other dude.
in the comics, while Cap was on ice, they put somebody else in the fucking suit.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's theoretical that he could have fought a guy in a fucking
Exactly.
suit, but not Steve Rogers. I'll give you that.
And I just really like the character, and for him to be solidified with it, like he actually did. He goes, yeah, but that wasn't the Cap, but it was a Cap. I said I fought Captain America. I didn't say Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
What if?
I never said I fought Steve Rogers.
What if Hydra dressed Bucky up as Cap to go after him, and he got out by the skin of his teeth, and he reminisces, like he romanticizes fighting Cap, but it was really Bucky.
That's cool. That's fun.
I mean, that could be a nice homage to the fact that he was Cap at one point.
You want to give a fucking mind trip?
Here we go.
How long was Red Guardian? Because if we're saying that Isaiah Bradley was in
Yes, I was about to say that. Yeah, that was a good one. That was not my idea.
Fight Isaiah Bradley because Russia, America, Vietnam, or the Bay of Pigs somewhere around in there.
Yeah. I was thinking that. I was like, Isaiah Bradley could definitely been in.
So this is the best thing about Daredevil. We can do whatever we want here. It's an open canvas. So like, whether you put him in the blip or you put him post blip, I think story-wise, wherever we drop this character, it'll be great. I mean, maybe you don't want to drop him during the blip because Spider-Man was blip, and maybe people want to see what happened after No Way Home. Obviously, we're just thinking crazy shit here. We got all the
other shows to put him in.
That's what I'm saying, man. Bring him back. Let's get some little sequel shit happening, bro. I just give money for anybody just doing superhero shit during the blip. Let's see how that looks.
How about we do your thing? The first 2 episodes is before the blip. And they get blipped, and they're like, yo, when the fuck did you become this vigilante dude? And the girl like convinces him to stop, and then boom, episode 3 is after he defends Peter Parker because now he's a lawyer. And then some shit happens, and he has to put the shit back on because there's no hero that's gonna be in New York that's gonna fucking save people. And he sees, I can't get these criminals off the fucking street. They always got a way to do it. Someone has to step up and save these people.
Or even to tie into the blip, with everybody coming back, now there's more fucking crime than expected.
Yeah.
Either because of the people who were here now being displaced, or the people who came back and have nothing, or maybe some of the people who came back, like the doctor dude whose 2 cats and the brother fucking died. Maybe they're mad that the heroes had them die out, or they came back and other people were missing, and now they're like, yo, this world truly doesn't belong to me now.
Which is the topic of discussion. Like, did Doctor Strange make the right move? Was there any other way? So like, oh man.
So
I'm a little bit more excited today.
There's a whole myriad of things you can tie into a 5-year gap and people going in and out. Yo, think of you could take any one of the ancillary characters. Fucking Tombstone. He could have been around. He gets blipped out, comes back. Because for them, it was like 5 seconds or some shit, right?
Yeah.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. He comes back and he's like, yo, what the fuck? I had everything set up. They took it from me. I'm gonna go get this shit back. And now you have a superpowered person who you don't need to explain. He was powered before the fucking shit. Why didn't we see him? He was blipped out.
He was blipped out.
Like, we didn't look at ground level New York and he got fucking blipped. Why is he mad? Because he got blipped and all of his shit is gone. Like, you don't need that much of an inciting incident for him to be like, I'm taking everything back. And Daredevil doing what you said, Toe. Nobody around has this guy on the radar. It's got to be me. I'm not going to wait for one of the big guys to see who this dude is. I got him.
A desolate, blipped New York. Well, a desolate, blipped Hell's Kitchen with just Daredevil trying to keep things in order. I don't think my body's ready for that. Like that.
Yo, not for nothing. Imagine when they're talking about the blip. They were explaining, like Daredevil's explaining all the sick shit people are doing during the blip. And when this guy is trying to find the super soldier serum, they're in a fucking jail cell and they're experimenting on Luke Cage.
Jeez.
And that's how Luke Cage gets his fucking his skin
This is true.
the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you see all these people like, yo, there's no government here. They're not watching us.
We
The
can't,
heroes
we
are
can't
trying
make
to
Luke
look for.
Cage get his shit during the blip though.
Why not?
Because after the 2012 Battle of New York, like Luke Cage was already like out and about, so it wouldn't work.
Who said
But-
that?
But I mean, that's how it is. Like,
Hey,
They said that in
This
the
Luke- wait.
MCU.
This Luke Cage, the Netflix Luke Cage didn't show up in the MCU yet.
yeah,
We
that's
can't
what I'm
finish
saying. Though.
Daredevil.
But like in Daredevil, he's in the Daredevil world, and they already went.
Yeah, but the Daredevil world is not the MCU world.
True. You're
Yeah,
right. You're right.
Like just to throw shit out there. It's like, you have Luke Cage doing some shit. You have Kung Lao being invaded because there's no Iron
Kung Lao.
Fist. Like there's no Iron Fist controlling it there. Like it's going around the world, and he's like, well, to be honest, I don't give a shit about the world. They got Avengers. There's no one defending, New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can tie in so many other people.
You
Like,
can do whatever you
we
want.
got vampires now hunting here. We got a sick psychopath kills you if you steal a candy bar. Talking about Punisher. Just referencing so many lower level people that you can't with Hawkeye because Hawkeye's an Avenger. You can't with Loki because Loki's a god. You can't do it with Sam because Sam's an Avenger and he's worrying about the government and the world.
Plus,
No
plus
one-
it's feasible that Sam
Yeah.
doesn't know.
Yeah,
They didn't tell him
no
everything.
one.
Like,
There is no one that is New York. Like She-Hulk is gonna be California.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she could be the people who she introduces the Californian heroes or
The
or
West Coast,
other-
the West Coast
yeah.
Avengers. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like those people. Like I think this would be a perfect way for him to be the guy who the Iron Man of the lower level fucking MCU TV shows.
Give me right now. When is it gonna release? I'm a lot more excited now.
2024.
We just finished writing it. It's coming out tomorrow.
I'm a lot more excited now. I honestly think just Daredevil during the blip, I think we have to answer less questions at that time. It's just New York is blip. He don't know what the hell's going on. He doesn't even need to do law at that point. I want to see him do law, of course, but maybe when things start getting better, we could do a little law. But it's just like Daredevil just not blipped and half a Hell's Kitchen gone.
Dude,
What?
you can so do law during the blip.
Yeah.
5 years have passed. Are they legally dead? What happens
Squatters,
to his holding?
squatters, shit like that.
Yeah, but even before they come back, a lot of people are gonna have questions on.
I'm
well,
just saying,
my
like you
so-and-so
don't,
was good. What does that
you
mean
don't
for
even-
this? Do I
my
get
whole
divorced? Da-da-da.
because I like the law shit. I'm just saying you don't even have to do it. Just putting Daredevil in the middle of the blip is just like wow. Oh my god.
Yeah, so if they don't do that, is that gonna disappoint you to the fact you ain't gonna
No,
watch
no,
it?
no, no. I'm not that person. I'm not that person.
No, I mean,
I don't have theories that I make up and then get disappointed when they don't happen, which is like 50, maybe 60, 65% of the internet. Like you can't do that. You cannot work yourself up into some crazy shit that you decided was going to happen, and then when it doesn't happen, that's why arguments are so bad. Because you know you're about to argue with someone and you practice in your house back and forth, but the problem is when you practice by yourself, so you don't have an actual person making good points against you. So when those good points happen, you're like, I didn't practice it. This is my house. You know what I'm saying? So you feel me?
That's when you get the fuck you.
I hope that makes sense.
You start throwing bottles of liquor at Johnny Depp.
I will say they haven't started writing Daredevil yet.
Yeah.
So if magically this motherfucker ends up in the blip for the first 4 episodes and Karen and Foggy come back,
it was us.
They better throw some money off.
It was us. It was us. It was us. Everybody remember this date. It is May 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern. Well, maybe like 9:35, 9:40. I think no, you just said that a little while.
10,
so
10,
call it 10.
10:30.
Let's call it 10. Let's call it 10. 10 o'clock, 10:15. You said this. Like, bro. Now, because it's like, it's not that I'm overexciting myself or overhyped, but it's like, what sounds better than that?
Yeah.
We're just gonna do. I mean, I get it. We saw him in No Way Home helping Spider-Man. But that doesn't necessarily mean we have to keep up from there. Or it could be this. I feel like this Netflix show. Okay, so then that's my question. Because I think you kind of said it a little bit. So this isn't going to be a regular Netflix Disney Plus show with 6 episodes or 9. This is going to be a real season.
No,
it should be.
But even I think if I'm not mistaken, the majority of the Disney Plus shows are supposed to feel like they took a movie, shot a movie, and just chopped it up.
Yeah.
The only reason that WandaVision
was
had
9
and
3,
She-Hulk had 9 is because they are actually doing it more sitcom style.
Correct.
To fit the story they're telling. But I think the majority of it is I have an idea for a movie. Cool. How do we turn that into a 6-episode thing? And then that's each episode.
Because then I don't mind the 1 or 2 flashback episodes of just Daredevil in the blip, and then maybe we do 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6 is just Daredevil. And we could theorize until the cows come home, of course. But I don't think I'm going to hear anything better than Daredevil in the blip. And again, I'm biased. I just want all the blip action I can possibly get. Maybe we can get like a short, like a Marvel short of 30 minutes of just somewhere around the world where we just get some blip action. But that's literally what I've been asking for the entire time. To put Daredevil there, just like, because, you know, when Ant-Man showed up 5 years later, like, the world was looking, New York was looking very post-apocalyptic. We didn't have zombies, but it was looking very
empty.
Yeah, it just looked bad. It looked just garbage everywhere. Like, it looked post-apocalyptic, like after it. But whatever. If we could just see that with Daredevil jumping around rooftops, trying to find out what to do, god damn. I'm not going to get over that tonight, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not. That's too good. We'll see. Do we have any kind of a time window for the show?
Like I said, 2023, 2024, probably.
Probably late 23.
Yeah. Because he's, like I said, I believe, and I could be wrong, and things could have changed, but I believe She-Hulk he's supposed to show up in. Definitely Echo. He's supposed to show up.
He's 100% showing up in Echo. I believe that.
Yeah. And I think they're doing the Echo, like they're way ahead in the Echo shit, further than they are with Daredevil. So it's got to be after, regardless of when his show takes place. His show's got to come out after that show.
So we might get Daredevil a lot sooner than we think.
Well, if you think 2 years is sooner than you think, yeah.
I mean, maybe, yeah, because we have Miss Marvel June, we have Love and Thunder July, She-Hulk August, and if he shows up in She-Hulk, so then Echo's right after that. So we
Yeah,
might
but I
get
think Echo's next year, right?
Echo will be it's August. So
We got Black
Echo,
Panther. Too.
let's say, then Black Panther 2 is November, right?
Yep.
We might get, and then we get Echo 23, let's say Q1 23, and then maybe Q2, Q3, 2023, Daredevil. Probably not. I'm hoping, but it might be here soon. Damn.
Who from the comics do you want to see in this that we haven't seen before or we're gonna get back? Like
No, you've already
Yeah.
heard my two.
Tombstone and
Tombstone and the Matador.
the Matador.
Because I just think I think you can now bring in things. Because, they're doing a fucking Werewolf by Night Halloween special
They
that's
are
coming
doing
out
that.
this year.
They are doing that.
You can, Frogman was
Yeah.
in the trailer.
That's weird.
So is that confirmed him?
Yes, that's him.
It looks just like him.
That's him. You
Such
can
a
start bringing in
bullshit
whatever
character.
character you want. You just need to you just need to give enough respect to that character. As long as you respect the character, he can come in. No matter how dumb you perceive it to be. But you could do Tombstone, you could do Hammerhead, you can
Yes.
a whole bunch of motherfuckers you could put in.
I would say, do you guys want to see Claire again?
Who's Claire? Oh, yeah.
From the shows.
The same character or the same actress?
The same actress.
I mean,
You wanna see
Rosario
that?
Dawson is always good. I enjoy her. whenever
She's
she
always
shows up.
down to do some stuff.
Yeah.
But I want her to. All right, this is where now personal shit comes in. I want her to give 100% focus to Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah.
So I'd much rather her focus there than come back in this Daredevil thing.
And try to just keep up where she left off.
Yeah, only because I know how much that character means to other people.
Yeah.
And she's an amazing actress. She'll be able to be in all these shows all at once and do a great job. But I don't want there to be any fucking. Oh, she was too busy doing Daredevil, so her portrayal, blah blah blah. Those fucking idiots would say this shit like that at the instance of one thing going wrong. So
yeah. So it's funny. I just saw that. I just saw this on that thing. What's that fucking show with the monkey?
Hit Monkey.
Hit Monkey. I would like to see Lady Bullseye. I would love to see a little Lady Bullseye action here. I like her whole. She has a lot of Japanese swag. There's a lot of the hand is also there. But
So-
I would love to see Lady Bullseye.
If it's doing
That'd
the
be
blip, she could have took over because the actual Bullseye got blipped
Because
out.
the actual Bullseye got blipped. We could do so much.
And that way, you get those fucking idiots who stop fucking swapping the guys for the girl. Like, nah, motherfucker, he's here too. He just was gone.
Yes, Lady Bullseye is a real thing. And I know everybody in here didn't really like Hit Monkey like that. But when you get to Lady Bullseye and Hit Monkey, it's really cool. She is badass in that show. I really enjoy Hit Monkey. And Lady Bullseye was cool. But yeah, I would love to see that. Obviously, I really want to see. Okay, another question then. Do you think the hand, and I know the answer to this, do you think the hand was handled properly?
No.
So would you like to see let's get some real hand shit going on in here. No
Yes.
Puerto Ricans in the hand.
Let's do Let's do real Asian hand jobs.
I knew that was gonna happen.
You usually have to pay double for that kind of action, Cotton.
We
get
can
real
title that
Asian
episode
hand
Happy
jobs.
Endings.
Real Asian hand jobs. Yo, see,
Nah,
yeah.
yo,
Let's do some
here's the
real
thing.
hand stuff though, for real.
I want to say this because I'm all for diversity.
Yes.
Man, there's
We are.
nothing better than seeing people get a chance to be represented
100%.
just like everybody else.
100%.
Like when that girl looks at the Scarlet Scarab,
Sort of Scarab.
and
Are
it's
you
like,
an
"Yo,
Egyptian
are you a
hero?"
superhero?" And she's like, yes. There's nothing better than that. But now, here's what I will say. Diversity doesn't work when you take an organization steeped in Asian tradition,
Yeah.
run by the Chinese, by either its government or its people or its gangs or whatever, and then you have the Rainbow fucking Coalition in there. What? Chinese culture is notorious for not letting fucking Wilos in their fucking thing.
Absolutely.
They're known for not wanting to train us, for not, and it's not a negative stereotype. It's they keep their shit
Cultural.
Every
It's
culture
cultural.
has that.
Yeah.
Everybody has that.
Mhm.
So why in the fuck would you make that? You're
What's
like,
his-
come on.
I forget
It's the
his
same
name in
thing.
the show.
Yo, I just watched this the show Troy. It's about the Trojan War,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's on Netflix. And Achilles was played by a black actor. The actor did fine. Nothing wrong with it. The portrayal was actually close to the portrayal of what Homer's story was. But I just started thinking, why would you put him, given the time period,
Yeah.
given the mythology, and then I saw a video of this dude who was defending himself because he literally says what I'm about to say. So I'm agreeing with his statement. This is not my own original statement I'm making at this. I'm agreeing with his statement. He was challenged by a lady who said, if you make the Greek guy, the Greek hero, black, then African American kids all over the world can see it and they can be like, oh, I can be that. I can be a hero of that nature. And yes, that statement is true. But when you come from a nation or a country or a continent like Africa, rich in its own history, its own mythology, its own heroes, why the fuck do you want to be a Greek god
For
and
real.
not Shaka Zulu?
I was about to
100%.
say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Like, why would you not want to be? Why would you not? Like, you can have an affinity for other characters. Like, my boy loves Korean dramas. Puerto Rican, born in in the Bronx and Florida, all that shit. He loves Korean dramas. You can have an affinity for other cultures, other things. But when you have something, I can see it if you're from a place that has no lore, that has no. If you're from like Antarctica and there's never been anything about it, like, oh, you got a penguins. Sure, you grasp onto something, but you have a rich history and a rich culture to be proud of your heroes and your mythology. Why not strive to see that first before you then have to reach outside
before we put you in the white man's role? Let's just say it. Yeah.
But it's not even the white man's role, because it's not even the white man's role. Look at The Last Dragon. They motherfucking idolized Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys had Jim Kelly. You guys didn't give a shit about Jim Kelly, but Bruce Lee was good. Like,
Yeah.
it's not in my take. It's not specifically the white. It's specifically if you have something in your own background that you
We
can.
don't gotta put you somewhere else.
Yeah.
Why would you reach for something else first?
Correct.
It kind of is like the black guy's playing Troy, so the African American kids can grow up and want to be Troy. But what about the Greek kids that grew up knowing the mythology of Troy and now they see it's not them? Like you're showing,
Or-
like, oh, this is supposed to be my guy. Why is he someone else? It's
I'm
like,
okay. Like I've
it's,
told you,
it's like it's
before.
like West Side Story. All of these guys are Puerto Rican, but none of the actors are Puerto Rican. It's like, why are Italians and Greek playing Puerto Ricans? Like,
Yo,
did we not
I've said
exist?
it
I always made
before.
that joke. Do we not exist?
I've said it before. I'm okay with gender swapping. I'm okay with racial swapping, but things get a little tricky when it's real people from real times in
Yeah.
history.
Yo.
It gets real tricky.
You got to think of it this way, right? I watched that whole series, and I am part Greek. At
You
the
are.
end of that show, I was so disappointed by the Greeks. I was so literally like, God damn, those are my fucking people. So you put the diversity in the show, cool, but then you gave it that portrayal. Where are you really proud now to be Achilles?
Yeah.
With what he did, how he acted, how he is, who he associated with? Because again, yes, you like Greek mythology. Cool. When you actually read up about Greek mythology and the real shit, and you realize that Zeus came down as a goose and had his way with women, came down as a
Yeah.
bull and had his way with
Yeah.
women, and it's not all fucking lightnings and thunder and hell
Yeah.
yeah. Like, it's not something.
Yeah.
The stories, yeah, you can admire, you can like the thing, but the reality of what was told and what was done and what was believed to have happened, that's not something to be like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with me being from Spain, lineage from Spain. I'm proud of that. I love being Spanish, but I am not blind to conquistadors, the Spanish Inquisition, all the
Facts.
shit that happened.
Facts.
I'm not blind to that fact. And I think it's a little disingenuous to turn around and be like, hey, we want everybody to believe they can be everybody. Yeah, but you're only showing us the fluff shit.
Yeah.
You're never really showing us the actual shit.
Yeah.
Because if you showed us the actual shit, how many, like I said, with the real stories of Zeus, how many people would want to be Zeus when they found out what that motherfucker actually did?
That's why
How
the
many
show
people-
Vikings. That's what show Vikings is so good.
Yeah.
Because it's like you really get to see that Vikings weren't great people. They weren't. Imagine
if anybody-
a bunch of Spanish dudes and black dudes just being Vikings. Like, wait, what are you trying to say here?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, there are colored people in that show, which is cool. But like, as much as I love the show Vikings, Vikings were not great. They were like, they did a lot of fucked up shit, and I get it. It was in the name of survival, but there's a lot of weird stuff y'all did, bro.
I want people, if you guys are listening and so inclined, everybody knows Medusa is the monster lady with the snakes in her hair, or snakes for hair,
that turns people into stone.
With a look in your eyes.
Go read the actual story of what happened, and tell me you don't have a different fucking view on Medusa.
I will take that challenge. I'm gonna look that up. I don't know.
Yeah,
wasn't she? There was like a bunch of men like raping her or like doing some shit to her.
I'll tell you, and I hate stories like this, but I'll tell you. So she was like, I think Athena is the goddess that she was, like
closest to.
That was
okay.
Yeah, she was an apostle of Athena. Poseidon saw her because she was beautiful. She turned Poseidon down. She was like, no, I can't give myself to you. I am pledged to Athena.
Niggas can't take rejection, bro.
Poseidon raped her.
So annoying.
Then Athena got mad at her for having
turning down
herself be
Poseidon?
defiled by Poseidon.
For getting
And then
raped.
Athena turned her into that monster because she let herself get defiled.
Fuck Athena.
By God.
But Athena is the goddess of the hunt, goddess of wisdom. Like she's
we listen to
portrayed
her.
as- yeah.
Yeah, we listen to her.
So it's
I didn't know that.
yeah, because the media and entertainment only shows you the fluff side of shit. Because it's cool for Medusa to show up in some fucking ad. Oh, put the sunglasses on, turn the dickhead behind the counter to stone.
Damn.
But
I didn't know that.
that's what I'm saying. Like everybody, before you give everybody a chance to become everybody else's fucking thing,
Do the history.
how about we tell everybody, put all the cards on the table, tell everybody what the as true story as can be told, so people can make an educated, do I really want to go into this?
Yep.
Because I can guarantee you there's a kid down south who's only known the the Confederate flag to just be the rebel flag, to just be the no, this is us.
Yeah.
This is our shit. We're from the South. This is all this means is that we're a little bit rebellious. We do things a little different down here in the South without knowing the actual shit behind it. So if you took that kid and before he or she adopted that flag doesn't mean to me what it means to you, and told them the whole history, how many of them would be like, nah, I rep that shit?
And then you have, it's funny, I was speaking about that last episode. You got the Spanish kid that only knows the one certain side to it, where it's just like, yo, you see Confederate flags, some racist shit.
Yep.
If you pull up in a place with races, if you pull up in a place with Confederate flags, whip it the other way. And we were just talking about that last episode.
Yep.
Yo, there's a castle in Puerto Rico that has the plaque about how Puerto Rico defended itself from Spain. And they put all the cannons out, but they didn't have any cannonballs. They fucking punked out the Spanish fleet. Spain turned around and ran. You go to Puerto Rico, hey, we fucking beat the Spanish without any fucking guns. You go to Spain, they're like these fucking people over there in that island. Like, when I went to Spain, they didn't like Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
So, like, you got to get the whole story before you try to jump in and...
My boy is having his bachelor party in Puerto Rico in August. I think I'm gonna have to go for the first time. I'm very excited about it.
Nice. Puerto
Very
Rico.
excited.
Puerto Rico is a beautiful island.
I know.
Beautiful place.
I sell cruises to there all the fucking time.
Yeah, bro. So when we went there,
Epico, huh?
when we went there, it was for to say goodbye to our grandmother. But
Sucks,
just
but
like outside of that, it was like, bro, it felt like home. It was so
I have
peaceful.
something to tell you. I have something to tell you. I saw it's just you guys probably seen him. He's an Instagrammer who he does reactions to food. White dude, portly, big beard. He's always doing
Weirdo with the beard.
That's his name, right?
Weirdo with the beard, yeah.
He's the one that did that caramel ice cream thing.
Yep.
With the caramel like being shot straight into the ice cream. Excuse me. They tagged him on a video and they challenged him to make mac and cheese, right? But instead of using regular milk, you boil the thing, you throw the water out, you put a little milk, you put the cheese, a little butter, maybe a little oil. Instead of using regular milk, chocolate milk. So mac and cheese, Kraft. In both of y'all faces. Mac and cheese, like Kraft. Water has been drained. Pasta's ready to go. You put the cheese, but instead of using regular milk, you use chocolate milk. And it reminded me of you with, the thing that your grandma did with the cheese and the chocolate milk.
Yeah.
I know that's totally different. It
No,
sounds
yeah,
totally
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
But the guy said it's not bad. He was like, yo, this is actually kind of
No.
decent.
No, shout out to actual Puerto Ricans who put the government cheese block in the hot chocolate or the coffee. But to that guy, I say,
Nope. Nope. What? You said what?
He's like,
The lie detector determined that was a
that
lie.
was a lie.
he said it was like him and his son actually made it. Now, to be fair, there was plenty times in elementary school where I ate that fucking mac and cheese and drank chocolate milk. At some point, I know that combination was in my body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, was it cooked in, Oh, I don't know, but it reminded me of you. I actually, I was at work talking about that the other day about that. Yo, no one knows about that.
Yo, apparently no one knows about fucking what's that shit that you make, Vic? The white shit.
Dumpleque?
Yeah, no, I said that shit to everybody.
The what?
Dumpleque. It's like a coconut custard flan type dessert. That's from Puerto Rico.
Me
I've
and
had
Sho was
coconut
talking
flan.
about it.
And then you put cinnamon on top.
I've had coconut flan.
Me and
But-
Sho were talking about it, and he said like for Dominicans, it's named
We just
different.
make regular flan. We don't get too crazy.
No,
with
no.
it.
There's actual thing where it's a little. It's almost like a pudding, like a not like a rice pudding, but it's like a coconut pudding. The coconut. So Sho was telling me it's very similar to what I told him to what he grew up on. I forgot what it is. I'll ask him if he's in the chat.
Coconut,
put it in there.
coconut pudding. Yo, Show, what's that coconut shit you talking about?
Yeah, I'll hit him. I'll ask him tomorrow or some shit, and I'll let you know. But he was saying, you know how like gong gong and pegao, it's the same shit, but just named different.
Yeah,
Is,
even the Cubans call it rapao. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Is it con con? Is it pegao? Is it rapao? It's all of them, man. It's all of them. We don't need to fight about that.
yeah. But yeah, it's in Puerto Rico. They made it for us, and that was fucking.
I want to try it.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm dieting right now. I'm not gonna lie. I had an episode on Sunday.
Yeah,
I had an episode.
Yeah,
Looks
that's
like
what it's like.
Back up a little bit. Back up a little bit. Okay.
Like, let's see if I can get the name. It might be too bright.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that.
put it in front of your
Rican.
face.
It's
Yeah,
funny.
what-
I almost tapped my screen to focus. So,
But that's what dumpleque is. It's kind of like a coke. It's not exactly the texture of flan, but it's not the texture of
custard.
custard. It's like in between.
Like Jello. If you had like coconut Jello type ish,
You
Or
know
like-
what? Some
If you had like a pudding-ish type Jello type thing.
it's like more Jello cheesecake.
so like Jello made with milk. That is a thing. You
Yeah,
can make Jello with milk.
something like that. Yeah,
Can I tell you something? I fucking love Jello. I don't know
Yeah.
what. Like, yo, when I talk about this, people look at me like I love Jello.
I don't know
Like-
why it comes in them little ass bitch ass cups.
Yo, give me a whole bowl of Jello.
Yeah, sell the fucking bowls.
Give me
God
a bowl
fuckers.
of Jello, my
Fucking
dude. Like for
Bill
real.
Cosby
Like,
don't know
I,
shit.
I buy 2 boxes of the Jello. You know the
Yeah.
little like powdered shit. Put in the hot water. I make 2 at once, bro. I love Jello. I remember I don't know where I got this from, but it was in layers. It was like a fruit Jello layer. It's like a regular Jello layer, then a milk Jello like layer, and then like another fruit Jello layer, and it was the same thing over again. It was the most fucking great, like the best snack I've ever had in life. I fucking love Jello, and people look at me like I'm nuts for it.
I
Do you
get
guys,
it. I
do you
get
guys
it.
like Jello?
I love
can't
Jell-O.
stand Jello.
I fucking love Jello.
Yeah.
Like you can
I'm
give
sure-
me a bowl of Jello, and I can eat it with the big cucharon, the big spoon. I fucking love Jello. Like I used to. Yo, as a kid, I was an idiot. I never spent too much time in the hospital. Thank God. You know what I mean? Like I never broke nothing. You know, I never like had an extensive period of time in the hospital. Thank God I've never had that. But I always thought, like, if I did, I'd be okay. Just give me Jello. I fucking love Jello, bro. My mom used to make this Jello with fruit in it. Yo, son, it was crazy. Why don't you like Jello? The consistency's weird. I understand.
Yeah,
I get that.
It's, you know what's weird? It's, to me, Jello, and here's the white part of me coming out, and flan. It has the same irrational thinking. I have the same irrational thinking about it as people do when it comes to snakes. How everybody's like, I don't want to touch a snake. It's going to be slimy. It's going to be yucky. That. I have that same thing. To me, Jello and flan, it's too slimy. It's too slick. There's not enough to get like a good bite in it. It just slides down your throat, and you're like,
it's like cheese that's been in hot chocolate too long. Is it the same? It's not the same.
No,
because I would think cheese. I would think cheese that's been in hot chocolate for too long might be a little slimy, like custard-y.
If you get the good government cheese, that shit retains the body.
Did you hear that fucking line? Good government cheese. Where the fuck that exists at? but someone who's had government cheese, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Just delicious.
Yeah.
So, okay. Have you guys ever had, like, in Shake Shack, have you ever had the custard there?
Yeah, dude, I eat that all the time.
So that's, like, to me, when people say flan, when people say flan is custard.
Oh yeah, see,
I
just had a when the fuck did we get ice cream? Fucking
when people say flan is custard, it is, but it's. I think I could do
Puerto Rican. It's a Spanish custard.
I could Nick, and I fuck up some flan. I could fuck up some flan, but I could tell you that the custard and flan is not the same consistency. It's not.
It's more like cheesecake. I would equate flan to like a light cheesecake.
It's light cheesecake, flubber cheesecake, flubber cheesecake.
Yo, this is a toe in the show statement that I'm about to make.
Oh, here we go.
But to me, Jello and flan is the difference between a girl who's got a nice fat ass and somebody who just got a big floppy ass.
Yeah, a mom butt and a tight butt. Yeah,
that's big. Just because your ass is big. Like, if you go to twerk and your ass still moves after you stop moving, that's not good. That's fucking Jello and flan.
Yo, I would like to make a public service that all booties matter. All right?
Give me that Jello booty, girl.
Yeah, I'll bite it.
I wanna slap it and have it still waving 6 minutes later.
Yep. I want it to make a movie for me.
I want that shit to start popping and locking. Just
send the Morse code out.
If you guys haven't noticed, we're done with the Daredevil talk.
Yeah.
No, I actually have some shit.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Please go.
Lay, I want to know who you would bring into the Daredevil show.
Oh, okay. Wow.
He said it already though.
No, I said Bullseye.
You want Bullseye in there, man?
Yeah, I said Bullseye because but I want that guy to play him. I don't want him to get cute.
Yeah,
I get somebody from like one of them shows like Riverdale or some shit like that. I don't want because they'll do it. You know what I mean?
From what's that? What's that show? Bradenton, Kennington.
There's a character that's really, a Punisher character, but I think he would fit well in Daredevil because of the level of mercenary he is, and that's Barracuda.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally one of the hardest villains is to kill for the Punisher. It took him, I want to say, about 2 comic book arcs to kill him to finally put him out. You know what I'm saying? But I would definitely love to see Barracuda because he would give Matt a run for his money, and he would have somebody like Electro would have to be with him that's willing to kill to take him out. And even after that, they think he's dead, and you'll fuck around and just show up for the Punisher. And that's how you have a villain that can rotate in the lower levels of those kind of people. Like he'll show up for Luke Cage because he is a big guy. He'll show up for Danny because he's hard to kill. You know,
Yeah.
The
Just 'cause he
actual
doesn't like
martial
Finn
artist
Jones.
Danny Rand.
Yeah.
Throwing it out there. Okay? So you can definitely do that, I feel. He would be, and nobody will see it coming. And the first thing you're gonna hear is, I'm just gonna throw it out there. He's a Punisher villain. He's a comic book villain.
Yeah.
Remember
I mean, yo,
comic
bro.
book.
I mean, technically, the Punisher is a Daredevil villain. Like you
Yeah.
can say that.
Yeah.
You can say that.
No.
Spider-Man
He's a Spider-Man villain.
Hey, that's how he originally showed up as a Spider-Man villain.
Absolutely.
Like,
Kingpin
they're
is
all
a
just
Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. It's fine.
You can actually even turn. Now that you say that, you can actually turn the Jackal. You can make him essentially a Daredevil villain because he hires other villains.
Yes,
to do his
correct,
work.
bro.
So you
It's
could
fine.
definitely, don't arrow it, like make all of Batman's villain now Arrow's villains. But you can get creative with the way you use it because
It's fine.
cross
It's
the
fine.
paths. You know what I mean?
It's fine.
Yeah. Once I start saying that, I start thinking of other low level things that I could possibly. It's gonna be too much, but yeah. Barracuda and I would say Bullseye. Without that.
Okay.
Who do you want, Toe?
Oh man.
Let's stretch your knowledge.
You're gonna say Galactus. I'm gonna go, what?
Well, I was thinking
I
that.
want Dr. Doom.
Yeah, I want a celestial in this motherfucker.
God damn.
I want him to go to fucking planet nowhere.
Yo,
And,
he come down like Chris Hemsworth. Give me Thanos.
you know what I'm saying? No, but I would like the tracksuit gang, the tracksuit mafia. I thought that their dynamic was dope. Maybe some Echo. To bridge that thing there.
We'll see. We'll see that.
We'll
see that for sure.
I was doing some.
Okay,
I was doing some.
I have a question
research.
after you. I have a question after you finish.
Okay, I was doing some research. I forgot this dude's name, but some dude that shoots fear bullets, fear gas. I forgot his fucking. I'll show you what he looks like.
Is it not Marvel's version of Scarecrow?
Yeah, but this guy. He has a fear gas, and he shoots it at people and shit like that.
What the fuck is that?
I've never seen that before.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him either, but that's a good one.
Mr. Fear.
Okay, Mr.
Yo.
Fear.
Bring
Jesus
Mr. Fear.
Christ.
Fuck it.
God, that's on the nose.
Yeah.
No.
He shoots fear at people. He's Mr. Fear.
He said, "What should I name myself?"
I forgot what I was going to ask after that. Mr. Fear. I don't even know what that is.
Yo, bring
Like
him
the
in.
mask, though.
Bring him in during the blip. Daredevil's got to stop him because he is preying on the fear that people have because people have just disappeared. Half the world's gone. And
There you go. Yeah.
So okay.
Right yourself.
Question then. So Purple Man
Mhm.
is that more of a Daredevil villain or Jessica
Jessica
Jones?
Jones.
Jessica
That's
Jones.
purely
No,
Jessica
because he
Jones.
tormented the shit out of
Literally
Jessica Jones.
But
that's
Daredevil
her-
went up.
that's her
Daredevil
news
went up
exclusive.
against him though. No.
So, no, like Lay said, everybody at some point,
Everybody's a
everybody
villain.
fights everybody.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Because you know what? There's only so many times you can fight your own people
For sure.
before you run into somebody else's person. Like,
Mhm.
True.
Especially in the
true.
same city. Yo,
Yeah.
Cabs, you was asking a question when I said to bring in the tracksuit mafia and Echo.
That's what I was going to
Purple
ask
Man.
about Purple
Yeah.
Man.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so Cap, what was your thing that you wanted to?
so I wanted to bring this up because the most common thing that I heard was that everybody's afraid that Daredevil's not going to be rated R anymore because Disney's taking it over. And I'm fucking. Everybody wants Disney to push to rated R movies.
We don't
Oh.
have to do that.
Thor had his eye fucking ripped out in Thor Love and Thor Ragnarok, which was a comedy. That's a rated R thing. Caecilius decapitated a fucking member of the Camartage. That's a rated R fucking thing. Thanos literally choked the life
Of
like
Loki.
a fucking serial killer out of Loki on screen. Iron Man was hit by a fucking improvised explosive device with shrapnel in his chest. That's a rated R fucking thing, like the Hurt Locker. That one's mild. Ultron. I'm reading a list of shit here. Ultron cuts off the arm of fucking Claw, Ulysses Claw. That's a rated R thing. Loki literally threw a dude down and stabbed his fucking eye
Yo.
Yeah.
in the first Avenger.
And it like spirals.
Yeah,
Thor.
it drilled into his face.
Thor literally cuts the head off of Thanos.
Yeah.
They show it. So one other thing I'm going to bring up. Bruce Banner says, I got low. I put a bullet in my mouth
and
and
the
the
other
other
guy
guy
spit
spit
it
it
out.
out. And yet everybody wants to go, oh, do you remember when Vincent D'Onofrio used the car door to decapitate a dude? You know what they didn't do? They didn't show the fucking decapitation.
Yeah.
You know what you could do in a Disney Plus show like in Moon Knight? Show the same shit from a different angle. And it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that Kingpin that they showed us in Hawkeye was fucking menacing. Like,
yeah.
People that see, that's the argument they made from what I saw, is that the Kingpin and Hawkeye, because that Kingpin was beaten by Kate Bishop, it lessened the thing, because the last time we saw Kingpin, Matt Murdock, in a non-rated R moment, because I don't think that was rated R, was hitting him.
Yeah.
He was bloodied, and he just yelled, I beat you. That's not a rated R moment. That's just good fucking writing.
First, she
In a
blew
moment
his
where
ass
we care
up.
for the character.
He was fucking her up, and she blew him up with a fucking arrow.
First of all,
with a C4 arrow.
They're just mad that Kate Bishop did it. If
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
Hawkeye,
because
everything would have been fine.
Yeah, it was an inexperienced superhero, and most importantly, it was a woman.
Yeah, get your sexist
But
ass
they
out
can't
of
do
here.
that.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Let's even take that. Let's take all that out of it. You
Yeah.
read any fucking comic book. There's a reason why Thanos and Doctor Doom are the two biggest villains in the Marvel universe, and nobody talks about Kingpin.
No.
Why? Because everybody he fights kicks his ass.
Yeah.
Everybody he fights stops his fucking organization. He's not the motherfucker who wipes everybody. That's not him.
Yeah, agreed.
He's
not
just a
designed
cool
to do
dude. He's just a cool dude that you give him a second chance. But when you look into it, like everybody kind of gets the best of Kingpin.
Yo, but think about it. Like Toke said, it took Kate Bishop hitting her mom, hitting him with a car, hitting him with explosives,
The electrical shit.
electrocuting him, shooting him with arrows, doing other shit, and it didn't stop him.
So
He just
I have
got
a
Didn't he
question
also
for you.
get shot?
I have a,
Didn't he
I
also
have a
get
question
shot?
for you, Cap. I have a question for you, Cap. So I've read that Kingpin is so like everybody thinks he's just fat. Like no, there's
He's
a lot of
He's 3%. He's
yeah,
3%
there's muscle
body
in
fat.
there, but he is so like strong to the point that he almost can like take pain and like regenerate.
Well, all right, he's so strong to the fact that it's gonna take. All right, if Vin or Toe here hit Kingpin with a crowbar, he'll get staggered but not knocked down.
Yeah,
If you did it, staggered and not knocked down. Lay did it, staggered and not knocked down. I did it, staggered and not knocked down. But if all four of us did that shit, we might
Yeah.
drop him to a knee.
gotcha.
But what is he doing? He's still getting his ass kicked by a fucking crowbar.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
yo, let's look at this at the lamest terms. We have a young girl who took every ounce of what she can do, and he got up and walked the fuck away
yeah.
because he heard the cops were coming.
From an
And the last
explosion.
time we saw that, we had a blind man who's in peak physical form beating the shit out of him, yelling, I beat you. and he was sitting there, bloody nose, bloody lip. Like Matt didn't fucking put him out of commission. Matt didn't fucking kill him. Matt didn't.
Here's the thing, though. Kingpin is smart with tech and business wise. Like he can run an organization, and he's pure.
He could be the mayor.
Force.
He could
He's
be the
pure,
mayor.
yeah, he's pure brute force. He's like if the Hulk didn't have super duper strength. He's kind of like that, like a calm down version of a Hulk with just brute strength. He's the guy in jail that said, "I have to be the strongest motherfucker here, so no one fucks with me." And then he goes, "I have to be the smartest guy here, so I can run all these organizations. I'm the kingpin of New York City." That's basically what he is. He's not like a fucking ultra fighter. He wasn't trained by Chung-Chi or none of them. They did say he bested Captain America, but that was straight brute force. He's brute force. He's like the Juggernaut, just fucking going at you with his strength.
He's Bane.
Yeah, he 3% body. He's 350 pounds of 3% body fat.
That's crazy.
You know,
he bested Captain America. They in 70 years of Cap comics, they fought 3 times.
Yeah.
But my thing is, everybody's like, "Oh, we want the rated R tone." Okay, tell me what was rated R about Daredevil that needs to be rated R, because
that's what I'm saying. So like
one of the best fucking scenes was what? The hallway fight scene.
Yes.
What was that not? Rated R.
Yeah.
The
The
only
only
thing you get with rated R
that
is
was
cursing.
rated, to be honestly, the rated R was like some of the explicit language, the sex, and like stitching his body.
I think Punisher was more rated R.
They didn't say the F word, though.
They never said the F word. They never showed any tits. They showed blood, but they didn't show the fucking decapitation.
They like the stitching that they did on him, like it really wasn't that bad.
But the stitching is nothing. That's a
and
medical
like the stab wounds when he was fighting that guy from the hand that you can literally see the shit stab him, but it wasn't that bad. I get what your point is. What I'm saying.
But yeah, that's the thing. What about I grew up watching rated R fucking movies my entire life. Didn't see true fact. Did not see my first PG-13 movie in a theater until I was 13. And my uncle took us to see Snow Day.
Yeah.
Any movie I've ever seen in the theater from when I was born to technically when I was in my mom's stomach, because Rambo First Blood Part 2, my mom went to see when she was pregnant with me. From then until 13, if I was in a movie theater, it was a rated R movie.
Yeah.
I know rated R shit. Tell me what was rated R about that.
The only difference you get with rated R, at least nowadays, is the cursing.
Which they didn't do. Because you could say now shit and damn it and bitch.
Yeah, that's like normal.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Daredevil doesn't fucking curse much.
No.
So what do you need? Ultraviolet or ultraviolence?
So like, what was the rating of the show?
Times.
I think it was MA. I think
It
all
was
the
MA.
Netflix.
It was MA. It was
I
MA.
think
It
all
was
the
MA.
all the Netflix shows are MA. Unless it's like
It says here, look, Daredevil rated TVMA as it features a lot of mature and adult content. The show also features some profanity, but the swearing doesn't go far outside the realm of what you'd expect from a PG-13 Marvel property. Yeah. No F-bombs.
Yeah.
Shit a few times, maybe.
Yo, so again, you can do a darker tone, but this whole necessity for it to be rated R is fucking bullshit. Because again, Endgame and Infinity War are probably some of the best movies ever put on screen. They're not rated R. They didn't need to be. You told the story. Tell me that shit doesn't get dark.
And
not only that, Cap, like Marvel has been teeter-tottering with that PG-13 rating, right? Like we saw some sex, and now we have She-Hulk doing her thing. Like they're pushing that. We saw Moon Knight get real bloody, real dark.
Yeah.
We saw some like legit mental stuff going on in Moon Knight, which is heavy. I'm not saying that necessarily needs to be rated R, but the explicit tones are now here in the MCU. It's fine. And they've always been. We just been paying attention to the light, vibrant shit. But like, yes, you can see Thanos getting decapitated. Like,
and the second part of that is not only with the rated R, but everybody wants a continuation of the Netflix show. They want Daredevil season 4, but why? We have now a way to tell a more interesting story. He had his arc.
Yeah.
All that happened already. The only thing a season 4 would have given us was that dude as fucking Bullseye now. But I guarantee you, people would have been like, oh, that season wasn't as good because Matt already finished his arc. He is now just Matt Murdock and Daredevil. He went through the Born Again. It would have just been him tracking down Bullseye. And everybody would have been like, oh, this season Bullseye outshined fucking Daredevil because Bullseye had a more interesting fucking arc, which almost happened in season 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If Matt wasn't doing his Born Again shit, Bullseye was the fucking show.
Who was that other guy that the Captain Insano with Mr. Nuke? The guy that was taking the fucking drugs? Nuke. Okay.
Yeah.
What about him in there?
Insano.
I knew he was crazy.
The Big Show.
Yeah, I knew he was crazy. So
if you want to bring Nuke in, bring him in because the Flag Smashers, they all had the serum.
Yeah.
You could have had him. You could, if you're gonna do it before the blip, or even you could do it whenever. He just had an early version that wasn't consistent, so he needs to keep taking the pill.
What if he would be taking? What if he would be taking something that the Patriot would be taking? Like he took like a less refined version of what the Patriot would be taking.
Yeah, it's all the same shit. He could do that. It just needs to be something that the side effects, like it's kind of like a steroid. The side effects keep fucking with him mentally, but it's something he needs to take. But
and then you have Spider-Man get the cure.
No, but we don't. Not everything needs to be rated fucking R, because for that, Avengers sucked. It wasn't rated R. Endgame sucked. It wasn't rated R.
Ant-Man sucked. It wasn't rated R.
No, cancel Daredevil again. There was no sex. There was no tits. Nobody said the F word, if at all. They didn't show the fucking head get decapitated and the tendons shit. They cut away from it and they just showed drops of blood and him angrily, which is shit they would have shown anywhere. You know how I know they're shown anywhere? It's on Disney Plus right now. They didn't censor it out. They didn't cut it out. You go watch the shit right now.
Luke Cage was more rated R than Daredevil was.
Yeah,
because he said the word nigga.
Was more rated R than Daredevil.
Because they were fucking in that one.
They were fucking. It was some legit, like, it was legit fucking. A lot of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
and drinking.
This whole thing. Just how about we get a good fucking story
now
and we just watch it.
What I'm nervous about. Go ahead, my bad.
Instead of for rated R, I can see we want a little bit more of a serious tone.
Yes.
Just a little bit more serious tone. Cool. I get it. You don't need rated R for a serious tone. Go ahead, Caps.
No. Finish, please.
No, that was it. That was my statement.
Oh, so like, I don't think, like, I'm not nervous about it not being rated R in Disney Plus. It's just, it's hard to continue where you left off. A lot of people, it's just hard. Like, hey, listen, I hope I'm wrong and I'm being optimistic, but it's like, man, like this could easily be messed up as easy as it is to do it well. You know, like,
but so could WandaVision.
So could all of it. Yeah, so could all of it.
I have a
Moon
question.
Knight could have been a shit show.
Yeah. I hope I'm wrong, and I'm just being nervous because we've learned on this very podcast that getting excited about these things isn't always a good idea. Yeah. But it's like,
don't watch the trailers.
Give me some Daredevil in the blip. I have not watched all of the new Thor: Love and Thunder shit. I keep hearing about Gore the God Butcher. And I will say this. The internet is a horrible place. Because the internet asks for something, they get it, and they shit on it. If Gore the God Butcher would have not have a nose, then everybody would have called him Voldemort. That's
Yo,
why he has a nose. That's
first
why he
off-
has a nose.
First off, there's nothing wrong with the look they presented.
I don't think so. I think it looks fantastic. I didn't watch
I
the
didn't see it.
trailer,
And
but I've seen pictures. It looks
here's the
great.
thing. They've only showed us a little bit of the movie.
Yeah.
That might not be what he looks like the entire fucking time.
And I did read. So when in the comics, Gore has like just darkness all around him. So in the movie, when he shows up, it's like black and white around him. I think that shit is so cool. I haven't seen it played out yet because I'm trying to do a toe tags and not see no trailers. I've seen the last one, but after that last one, I don't need to see anything
I
else
seen
about Thor.
the teaser where it's basically, oh look, it's a comedy. I was like, all right, cool, that's it.
Oh,
But
I'm going. I waffle every once in a while. I go no trailers, then I go all in on trailers.
I do that too, man.
I think after Doctor Strange, I'm gonna watch all the fucking trailers. That way I don't have an expectation that's super high.
see for me, all right. So the motivation behind you not having to watch the trailers or anything like that is because you're sitting there going, oh, they could do this, and this, and then you watching like, oh, they didn't do this, or like, they shit the bed with something, or I couldn't connect with something. I don't watch the trailers for the simple fact is I've already seen a movie watching the trailers, and the entire fucking movie was the trailers. I don't want to pay $15 to watch the trailers, so I'm not gonna watch the trailers. That's my motivation. I don't want to go in there and have the fucking Green Goblin fucked up for me. The octopus fucked up for me, or Professor X and Captain Carter fucked up for me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to go in there and have shit fucked up for me because then that's gonna make me go, I don't need to watch this now. I can watch it when it's on Disney Plus.
I just seen enough. I don't need to see more.
Yeah,
I'm going on media
that's what it was.
trying to save some mystery for myself.
Yeah.
Because it's funny because with Spider-Man, right, and all of the multiverse shit that happened with Spider-Man and Toby and Andrew, it was hard to avoid that. It was very difficult.
Yeah, it was.
So
What's going on, Kenny?
What's up, Ken? So like nowadays, I'll stay out of it. Like I'm not watching any more Thor: Love and Thunder, and like I'm at a good place with that because it's coming out July 8th. I don't think we'll get more TV spots of it showing more.
No, we will.
You think so?
They're gonna wrap it up.
For what? For where would you put it though?
But they're gonna ramp it up because how many people know that movie's coming out now? Because we're still talking about Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Not too many people know that movie's coming out now.
What I mean though, that like there's not like a big event where they're gonna put something like a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
or,
I don't. Well, the thing is, I don't think there's gonna be rumors to destroy the movie. Like Doctor Strange, I've heard there was supposed to be Iron Man. People put up so many posters of Spider-Man in that fucking thing, like fucking Doc Ock and shit. Like Betty Ross is in the fucking thing. Like Rachel Ray's in the motherfucker. Trump was in the shit.
Anything, but there are definite things that they could put in a trailer that would spoil a movie like this for you. So,
oh well, I don't watch it. That's why I don't watch it.
No, but
I don't want to talk. I don't talk about it. When I see pictures, I saw one picture and I was like, all right, the first trailer already showed this bitch on there. But when I saw the fucking poster of her kneeling down in front of Homeboy, I was like, now you're getting a little disrespectful.
You're getting too cute. It's too cute.
Yeah, you're getting a little disrespectful because it's like, yo, bitch, just fucking say the movie's coming out. Don't give me the list. I'm not gonna IMDb this movie before it comes out. Don't show me the IMDb. I don't need to know who directed this shit. I don't need to know who took a piss 3 minutes into the fucking movie. Fuck you. Show me the Guardians of the Galaxy because we know they're in there, and fucking Thor. That's it. Let me find out who else is in it when I watch it.
How do you guys think Jane looks? I think she looks incredible.
Yeah, amazing.
She looks so cool. It's like the outfit is as comic accurate as it gets. Yeah. Like it's spot on.
You know what's funny? What's her name?
Natalie Portman?
Natalie Portman looks good like that.
Yeah.
I need her shoulder routine.
She got big.
Yo,
I
you know,
love it.
dude, the first time I
Look at
saw her
him like-
show up,
That's that Black Swan shit.
the first time I saw her show up like that, I was like, oh, so this is what happened to the girl from Leon the Professional.
Yeah.
This is what happened to her.
Yeah,
You grew up to do this?
I got a question to bring it back to Daredevil. Now, Kenny didn't ask this one, but I'm gonna blame him for this one. Yeah, because you came in late, Kenny. That's the only reason why. But if this is a continuation of the Netflix series, doesn't that automatically mean you now have to recognize Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, The Hand, Elektra, the shit that happened underneath New York City with the fucking dragon, the other fucking dimensions of shit. You have to mention all the businesses, everything that wasn't mentioned outside of the MCU.
If it wasn't for Defenders, maybe you wouldn't have to do it. But after Defenders, where they solidified that who was all like together,
Yeah,
you kind of got to do it.
Yo, if they continue with the Netflix season 4, you now have to tell me that the Matt Murdock we saw in No Way Home
Is
and
the
the Kingpin we saw in Hawkeye is 616.
Yep.
And the Daredevil we're watching now
Our
is
other one.
838 or
Yup.
748. It has to be a different universe, because if you're gonna continue it, then Kingpin had a mental break from getting punched in the face by Matt to where he showed up wearing Hawaiian shirts in Hawkeye.
I agree with Cap.
Mental fucking break.
I agree with Cap, because if they were to just do a continuation from 4, we're going to have 6-hour episodes every Tuesday about what the fuck is happening. Just don't worry about that. Do some standalone Daredevil shit. Maybe we can pick up where he left off, but like maybe not necessarily a continuation, because it'll just bring up too much questions. Okay, so what were you doing? Where's Luke? Where's Jessica? The MCU don't need none of that right now.
You know
we just
how-
need
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
contained stories.
You know how
we need Matt Murdock more.
Oh,
the only thing I could see that you would continue is he's already dealt with Kingpin. He's already dealt with, like, if you mention Bullseye, we know he's already dealt with it. Like, don't try to take that story and then further that shit. Just the connections he has to certain characters, we know he has because of that show.
like you could pick up where he left off, but just don't connect it. Just keep him moving. Like, okay, all of this happened, the blip happened, just keep walking forward. But when you start tying shit back, it might get messy, is what I'm saying.
You know what I think? I think the only thing you take away from the Netflix series is he already went through his personal arc.
Well, of course, yeah. The arc
You know,
is
like
done.
he's already. This is Matt Murdock and Daredevil, the one he's supposed to be. He's not fighting with himself, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, to be fair, to the extent that he was in the show, yes. But there's always that little bit of
no,
internal
I
conflict.
I get that, but it's one of
to
those
that
like
extent, yeah.
I don't want to see Origins Daredevil.
No.
But I would not be mad if he goes to confess or talks to Father. Whoever.
Oh, that's part of it. That's part of it. We gotta get some confession in there. Like, imagine, it's been 5 years since I've confessed.
They kind of like
Father's been blipped the whole time.
kind of
Just
like
being stupid.
like Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is also has that clean blank canvas right now. He can do whatever he wants.
If, like Spider-Man was Tony Stark going, look, he was Spider-Man. So now we need you for the Avengers. Like, see, he swung a web in New York. People seen him before. Come on, he's an Avenger, and I made him a suit. Like one of those during the blip, he fucking took somebody's mech suit or somebody's fucking like Crossbones first generation fucking suit, and he used that shit. Yeah, and he used that shit to fight people. Before Crossbones turned into the fucking Mark 1.
You know what I wouldn't mind? I wouldn't mind if down the line, like Fury, like, so they do the whole Dark Avengers thing, and then Nick Fury goes, "Huh, that sounds like a good idea," and does his own covert Avengers, like he did in the comics when they took out the leader of Latveria. Hey, Daredevil, I need you. Hawkeye, I need Clint. I need you. Moon Knight, Mark. I need not Moon Knight. I need Mark.
Yeah.
And then through that, like he changes into Jake or however
We
you
got
want to
some
put it.
Jake
But
stuff going on.
he gets his own like team of Avengers, and then when something big happens, and they're like, "Yo, Clint, we need more people. All of our guys are gone." Clint's like, "Well, I know, dude." And then that's how Daredevil shows up because he's already connected. It's not just some random thing where like, what the fuck you mean you knew this dude from Hell's Kitchen?
Like, I didn't know him, but like we ran
Yeah.
into each other. I didn't know him, but he be
Like-
out there.
Like if like I'm okay with one or two scenarios. Like a scenario like that where Daredevil was recruited for a smaller team and then he gets called up to the major leagues. Or if Spider-Man is like, I have a very good lawyer.
Yeah.
Because then
Yeah.
it's like, all right, somebody knew him to bring him in.
I don't,
Remember
Remember the
think it
whole
would,
Ronin aspect. The whole Ronin aspect.
Yeah,
You know, he could have fought Ronin, not necessarily knowing that was Hawkeye.
true. But I'm
And
saying,
I don't think it would be very hard to find Daredevil. You don't have to be like, you don't have to look too hard.
And
no,
just
no.
break
It's
the
not,
law.
here's my thing. It's not hard to find Daredevil, but if anybody
Jaywalk.
watches the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, Daredevil's gonna be like Green Arrow in that show. Daredevil's gonna be the guy like, no,
Like a passerby.
no, not a passerby. Daredevil's gonna be the guy who's like, y'all motherfuckers take on the big aliens and that shit. While you're doing that, everybody here on ground level is still
I'll
has
hold
other
on.
shit
I'll
that I
hold
gotta
on New
deal
York.
with.
I'll hold on New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would I leave that to go help you fight? You don't need me. So you need something. You need a legitimate hook for Daredevil to be like, all right, yeah, I'm an Avenger. I can go help you out with this. Because that's the thing in the comics that's always gotten me. Is like, yeah, Daredevil's an Avenger. And you're like, why? like I understand at a certain, it's kind of like when the X-Men show up. It's like, oh, Wolverine's an Avenger. Beast is an Avenger. And you're like, why the fuck did you get Beast? Like, what does he bring specifically to your team that no other man or
That's
woman
not
with
there
fucking
already.
intelligence can do? Like,
Thanos is
yeah.
allergic to him.
yeah, it's like, oh, but no, it's like, but Hank McCoy's intelligent. I was like, but so's Hank Pym, Tony Stark, Shuri, the Ironheart. Like, you can name 6 people. Oh, but he's got strength. But the Hulk is stronger. The Thing is stronger. Luke Cage is stronger. Oh, but he's got the animal shit. But Tigra's there. But Ant-Man, like you already got a massive amount of people.
But
to
he's
already take
blue.
his place. Because think about it. You can make the jokes. Like, first Avengers, they brought a god, they brought a super soldier, they brought a billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. There's new Avengers, they brought a karate man, a blind man, and a girl with arrow. Like already,
Yeah.
it doesn't stack up the teams.
Yeah.
No, you bring Wanda, you got all of them at once.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's what you
That's
fucking need.
she comes in, you're like, hey, listen, she does all that shit, and then she's gonna go to Target and pick up some curtains. It's nice.
Do you guys know why the Incredible Hulk is on HBO Max instead of Disney Plus? Just wanted to ask that.
Which Incredible Hulk? The one with Eric Bana or the one with Edward Norton?
I'll check it out right now. Fucking sign in like I'm some kind of fucking schmuck. Make me sign into my own shit, you cocksucker. I don't believe you. Shit. Stupid fuck. Like, yo, go live your fucking life. Don't bother me with this shit. It should have been signed with Edward Norton.
One? All right. So that movie is technically part of the MCU, but it's not a Marvel Studios movie. That movie was made in conjunction with Universal. So Universal had the distribution rights to that movie. So it's like the Sony Spider-Man. it's part of the MCU, but it's not a Marvel Studios movie. That's why that movie is on a different platform. And it's the same reason why Namor hasn't showed up yet, because until recently, Universal had the rights to Namor, and they just never did anything with it.
Yeah, the Warriors lost. I told you the Mavericks are gonna sweep the Warriors now. They're going 4 straight. Mavericks. Warriors don't have the balls to beat the Mavericks.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Do you guys know why the Incredible Hulk is on HBO Max instead of Disney Plus?
Yeah, you kind of late to the party on that one.
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
he literally just finished answering that when I said the Warriors lost. No, but yeah, well, that's the
Contra.
thing though. That's why the X-Men is taking so, and Spider-Man took so long to get into the MCU because
Contracts.
Sony, yeah, they
Well,
can't sit there and
X-Men
be
and
like,
Fantastic Four, yeah.
well, fuck them both, all right? Fuck Fox and Sony and Universal and Paramount and whatever else that's not MCU related when we talk about superheroes, all right? You cocksucker. At this point, I want the MCU to do DC.
Yeah.
And which leads me to my next point.
Eternal.
Besides
Don't do
don't do crack. Next week, I want all of you guys to think about which character the DC Comics can use to reboot a DC movie universe.
Wait, say that again?
What character can DC use to reboot a DC universe? Like how Marvel used Iron Man.
Like how Iron Man started the MCU.
Yeah, like what character can DC put out there, make a movie?
Can we not use the can we not use the Batmans, the Supermans, the Wonder Womans? Like try to make it an obscure character.
Yeah. Here's the thing: you can, but it must come with a storyline.
Okay, cool.
If you use an original character, like a character that has never been done before, you can sit there and be like, this guy, and then it could lead to this. But if you're gonna use Batman or Wonder Woman again, it has to have a specific story arc to start the universe.
I already have my character.
I have an idea too. Yeah, which I think would be kind of cool.
You know, so that'll be next week's talk. You know, so start your engines now. And you know,
I love when we make the topic up while the podcast is happening.
Yeah,
I love it.
Oh yeah. You know, it's funny. I thought of this idea right after I sent you guys the fucking topic for today, and I was like, you know what, we can do that next week.
We'll leave it for next week.
Yeah, we can do that for next week. I got a question for you guys though.
46.
Let's say Iron Fist needs to be. You know, Iron Fist is name dropped. Who do you guys wanting to play him? It's a man. Danny Rand. Who you guys have to play him in the DC?
DC.
In the Disney Plus shit or MCU.
First off, my answer is gonna forever be Jessica Hedgewood should be Iron Fist.
Yeah. Colleen Wing.
But
yeah. But if we gotta get a man to play him, Channing Tatum.
Oh, I'm out. Channing Tatum, get the fuck out of here.
I just made myself laugh. That's so funny. Sorry about that.
I think Lay said, hold on, wait, there's something in the yellow pages I gotta look up because that was bullshit. I think Lay got us muted after that. My man said Edge.
If we're gonna stick with Danny Rand,
does Lay got us muted?
No, I think
Can you hear? Oh, all right. I guess
got the power.
Got the power.
If we're gonna stick with Danny Rand specifically,
yeah.
Out of all the Iron Fist,
Glenn Powell,
Colin Powell's son.
Okay.
He's in the He's in the new Top Gun movie. He was also the dude who they recruited in Expendables 3. He was the guy who was rock climbing and then fell and had to pull the parachute out.
But can he fight?
Dude, after Finn Jones, I don't give a shit if anybody can fight. Just be a better actor.
Train. It's only a train.
All he has to do is
Bro.
try.
Yeah, no, train.
Yo,
Like,
remember
they're
when we
gonna
used to play
they're gonna
football?
take
Make
you
an
to
attempt.
they're gonna take you 87-11 where they do all the John Wick movies, train you for 3 months, and you're gonna look amazing.
So
That's
you know
just-
what? You know what's gonna help? You know what'll help Danny Rand? You know what'll help the Iron Fist? Now, Finn Jones, is he English? He's not English, is
Yes.
I don't think so.
he? He is.
All right,
Yeah.
who's Finn Jones with the face? You know what? I'll look at him up.
Finn Jones is the guy who did Danny
Yeah, we
Rand.
played Iron Fist in the Netflix show.
He played Iron
Oh,
Fist.
Isn't he
Is he
dead?
English?
No, he's not. I believe he is English. Yes, like Charlie Cox.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an English actor.
Okay, because I was gonna say get
That motherfucker was born in 1988.
I was gonna say get Timothy Chalamet.
The God?
Timothy, the guy from Dune.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
The
about-
kid? The kid?
I honestly just don't know who to say. I'll be honest. The kid from Dune.
This kid.
Yeah, that kid. He's hot right now.
He looks more like Carol Burnett.
Yo,
Nah.
you know-
He's hot. He look more like Jessica Jones.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not
He's
nothing.
hot right now. I'm just saying that's what's hot right now.
If you put a little bit more muscle on him, and you told me he was playing Nova,
Okay,
right, you
that's
know what?
okay.
okay, I can see
Yeah,
that.
if you put a little bit more muscle on him, told me he was playing Scarlet Witch. Yeah. I would believe that.
Finn Jones is English? I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently.
yeah.
No, bro. When you write Finn Jones on Google, the first thing it says Finn Jones bad actor. That's not nice. That's not nice, man.
But it is a fact.
Yo,
Yo,
I don't think
Jack
it's
Black
a
should play
fact.
Iron Fist. Jesus.
Yo, where?
Fucking bro is bro is fucking disrespectful.
So we're gonna go the Seth Rogen Hornet thing. Was
Yo.
that what we're doing?
you know what? I got it.
I
Adam
think Black Jack
Copeland.
would take that shit. Who?
Adam Copeland. Blaze's favorite.
Who?
Edge.
Oh, this motherfucker.
And then
No, no, no.
If we're gonna get
You're gonna
fucking
scoff at
ridiculously
Timothy and
stupid
then
with
say
it,
Edge?
I only
No,
said
we need
it. I only
We
said
need
it
a
because
real actor. We need
I
a
only
real
said it
actor.
because Kenny
Thank
said
you.
Oh, okay, gotcha. We need a
because
real
Kenny the
actor
first
here.
thing said you
See
don't
what I'm
edge.
saying?
So I was like, oh,
And
Edge.
then when people's tires are slashed and brakes are cut, somebody, you know what I'm saying, certain things are missing in their cars.
It's toe
I'm
tag's
saying.
car. I don't care.
Meanwhile, I'm over here trying to figure out somebody seriously, and people playing fucking games out here.
I gave
Would-
my
would-
serious.
No. We're good.
Is
We're good.
Jordan Gordon-Levitt too old?
Go,
Is
yo,
he too
see,
old?
here's the thing. You have to stick more closely. You have to stick. I think what you have to do if you're gonna do Danny Rand is you have to make it.
Can I
that
just
he
say real
was-
quick? Fuck him because he didn't take G.I. Joe serious. Sorry, go ahead.
Who's that?
Gordon Levitt.
Bro, just
Oh, that's right. That's right.
just give it
Yeah,
a
fuck
Ryan.
him.
Just give it a Ryan Gosling. That's it.
No, so here's the thing. To do Danny Rand correct, you have to give him this little inner turmoil. Like Toe has brought up before, his origins. He has to be so completely driven by revenge. He steals the Iron Fist from Kung Long, or whatever that is. He didn't want to be it. He's not the white savior of the Asian culture or the protector of anything. He stole it. He's out for revenge. And when he figures out that the revenge is not something that he can enact or, act upon, he now has to figure out how to live with himself, knowing that he took something from somewhere.
Okay.
And now he's got to do right by it. And
Okay,
that's
I
where
like
you take him where he gets his namaste and his peace shit from, is because now he's gotta live with himself, knowing that the only reason he's the immortal Iron Fist it's because he was gonna do something really fucking stupid, and now he's stuck with it. You
And
gotta
that's why he only does the superhero for hire.
Yeah, you got to do that because if you come at it as this motherfucker is the great white hope to save the Asian town, like
so
that's
annoying.
not gonna fucking fly.
So annoying. I have something that's gonna piss everyone off here collectively. The next Iron Fist can be any of the 2 supernatural boys. Any one of them. Take your pick.
I prefer Padalecki if we're gonna go with that.
I kind of want the other dude. Was Jensen? What's his name?
Jensen Ackles.
Yeah, Ackles. I prefer him.
I think Padalecki is more believable as the.
You know what?
You're right. But Jensen is more of a dick, which I would like to see in the Iron Fist.
I would take Huey from The Boys.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yo.
Okay.
Can we just? I have to bring this up. Can we just bring
that? That's Danny Rand that's gonna get.
Can I just bring up the fact that Cabs, and you could pause, you could say pause if you want, but Cabs would like to see a little more dick in the Iron Fist.
I would like to see a little more dick in the Iron Fist. A little bit more.
Dickish.
Yeah. It's okay. We don't need to pause that. That's fine. We don't need to pause.
Hey, Dick and Iron Fist go hand in hand.
Dun-dun.
The guy from You.
I'm okay with one of those
the
guys.
The Netflix series, the guy with the stalker guy.
Oh.
You is a very good show. And I am me, and he is you.
Not in front of her.
Yeah. You, me, him, everybody. What? All right. How would you feel if Danny Rand was a different race?
He should be Asian.
Yeah.
He's
You know how that helps?
Completely cool with that.
It makes it a lot easier that they don't have to train some moron.
Yo, you know how you can have it both ways? You can have Danny Rand be Asian American or some fucking mix. Then you can get somebody who looks like me but is a legit mix of some shit, and then everybody's fucking happy because all the white boys are like he's
exotic.
still, yeah. But you get all the white boys like he's still white. All the Asians like, hey, we got an Asian hero other than Shang-Chi. Like
the dude that played in Mortal Kombat, they said they wanted him to be Iron Fist. Do you think he could fit in the Marvel universe?
Ooh.
Iron Fist. The guy who played Scorpion's great grandchild,
yo,
the main character in Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
I tell you right now, if he
wasn't he the drunken master in Iron Fist?
Yes.
Yeah. Once I saw him, I was like, yeah, how is he not him?
Yeah.
If he acted the way he did in Iron Fist, yes. If he acted the way he did in Mortal Kombat, get him the fuck away from MCU.
Yeah. But okay, so in the comics, Danny Rand is white though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But like we said,
I'm okay with
Danny
making
Rand
him
was
Asian American. I'm okay with that.
Danny Rand was driven by revenge
Yes.
for his parents. He's not written as some. You know what? I think the portrayal was they got to the hippy dippy shit a little bit too fast.
Yeah.
Like you never got to see Danny Rand on his like, no, I'm here to kick the shit out of this dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta
pro needs to be stopped.
Is he talking about the guy from
He's
the
talking
League of
about
Gentlemen?
no, he's talking about Robin.
He's
talking about Chris O'Donnell.
He's Chris O'Donnell. He's like 70
Oh.
right now.
Yo, hold on.
I thought he was talking about Robin Hood. What about the guy who played in the Gentleman shit?
The League
Terry
of Extraordinary
Edgerton?
Gentlemen.
the dude from Sons of Anarchy.
No, nah.
No. The fucking guy with the
You're
suit.
talking Terry Edgerton.
And he's in the Robin Hood shit with Jamie
Yeah,
Foxx.
he played Elton John.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
no.
about him? What about him?
No, I don't see it. I mean, I don't.
You know what's funny? Huey from The Boys is actually like really good.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
isn't
really,
Iron Fist supposed to be like this chill, like Matt Riddle type nigga?
No, That's a misconception made a lot. And the anime did that. The animations did that. They made a real good one.
Again, he's kind of like that, but it's an earned thing. It's not he didn't come out like all fucking yoga
He's
Jesus.
not Fast Time at Ridgemont High, Sean Penn kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem. They made him a stoner and a surfer instead of somebody that meditates. You know what I mean?
Remember, this dude is fine picking up the mantle of Daredevil. You don't get a namaste motherfucker who's like, oh no, I'll put on the red and go beat the shit out of everybody.
I'll be the devil. I'll be the devil. Yeah, yeah.
It's gonna cut into your meditating time.
Look at Pro's last couple comments though. Jack Black should play Iron Fist, and then he says Shaq should play Iron Fist, and then he says Robin from the Schumacher film. Chris O'Donnell. What does Chris O'Donnell look like now?
He looks in good shape.
Is he?
Dude, you watch NCU LA.
NCIS.
I mean, he still looks old over there, man.
He looked 40 years old playing Robin.
True. That's exactly the point. He looks like Captain America. He looks like Chris Evans' uptight brother.
Yeah.
Like Captain USA.
Yeah. This is US Agent. You know what though, Cap? He does look really good.
I got a question.
He looks good.
I got a question that might be a topic for another show because we're at the end of this. But all right, you guys, say like you have no problem with race. Race
51.
You have officially lost me, Pro.
Ezra Miller might be losing the role of a lifetime pretty soon.
Who? Oh, the Flash.
That idiot.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
That
little
too.
bitch.
Technically,
we
you gotta say fuck them.
Speaking of who we want as Danny Rand, here we go. He just saw the movie.
I didn't know we were allowed to show titties.
No, you put the wrong song on. Right now it should be something in the wind. Look at
this motherfucker showed up with an AJ Styles mom cut.
He's emo. He's
that's
emo
Bruce
Batman.
Wayne. That's
emo
Bruce Wayne.
It makes sense.
All right. So real quick, you let me know if this should be a topic for another podcast. But you guys say that you don't mind the race swapping.
The race swap.
But all right, so let's put it this way.
That. I don't know if anybody else agrees with that.
But let's put it this way: you have a white guy that's played by another race, not a problem. But what about a black character played by a white race?
So that's
if Luke Cage was a Hispanic, an Asian, or a white guy, is it a bigger problem for someone who's already a minority to change the races, or just the white guy to be changing races?
So
should that be a topic of discussion, or you want to answer that now?
It could be a topic, but I have an answer for that. That's short and sweet.
Okay.
So, a white guy taking on a black character doesn't fly, or any other race, unless you do something like The Rock playing Luke Cage.
Okay.
That can kind of work, only because
he's
got
black.
a big enough name. Yeah, but the reason why it works, or the reason why it could work, from a colored race taking over a white character, is because most white characters are just generic white guy hero.
And that's not a slight.
It's not a slight. It's just like the Phantom. The Phantom is just generic rich white guy who had the gun and masks. So you could put anybody in there. To go the other way, Luke Cage is a specific.
He's a hero of Harlem.
Yeah.
He's a specific thing.
Yeah.
So you can't trade specificity for generic shit.
What? It's funny you mentioned this, right? I saw a meme one time that says, yo, if you guys aren't going to complain, what was it that said? It said, if you guys are going to be okay with a black 007, you have to be okay with a white Shaft. And I lost my shit with that, because it's like, these are two pivotal characters. 007 and Shaft. Imagine making a white guy Shaft.
But now
what? But now a black guy could totally be 007 though.
But here's my counter to that. So
we need
okay,
a trans
I'm cool
007. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Fuck it.
Yo,
All right, let's piss everybody off at once. I love it. I love it.
Here's my thing.
Don't waste no time.
So they had Magnum P, not Magnum PI, Peter. What the fuck was that? Columbo. They had Columbo. They had
Donnery.
Cujo. Right? They already had the white cop who was hard hitting, take no nonsense, hit the streets hard, beat up the villain, all that shit. African Americans weren't being represented. So what do? They come up with Shaft. You can't change Shaft because Shaft is a response to they already had white guys in that role.
For sure.
Where 007 can easily be James Bond and the 007. I mean, they kind of fucked it up in the movies and not Skyfall. In Skyfall. But James Bond, the name and the designation 007 can easily be just that. It's a cover name and a designation given to our top fucking agent. Therefore, it could have been played by anybody.
Yeah.
And for those who like to say, oh, but a black guy going around like Ireland, he's going to stand out. To that I say, this motherfucking super spy always walks up and goes, Bond, James Bond, and tells everybody who the fuck he is anyway.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What does it matter?
He's horrendous with that shit.
He's going to stand out in Sweden. Shut up.
Like I was watching Casino Royale and he goes, Mr. Beach, Bond. He goes, whatever makes you happy. My man, say Beach. The name is Beach. That's your cover, bro. You're killing me.
He literally goes, here goes your cover.
To that whole thing, I say one thing. Let's remember that in a meeting, two very meetings, I want to throw this out there for you. In a meeting, a guy pushed out that Blade be white. And someone pushed out that Harriet Tubman be Julia Roberts.
Oh, God.
Done.
Oh, you might as well make Malcolm X white.
Philip Seymour Hoffman fucking.
No, Malcolm X will be played now by Chris Evans.
By Ryan Gosling. Every time we talk about a black guy being played by a white guy, I always just go to Ryan Gosling. I don't know why.
What's his name? What's the name from the other guys?
It's funny because he was Remember the Titans, so he got that.
Mark Wahlberg.
No, the other one.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell be Farrakhan.
Yo, you know what's funny though? You say Chris Evans as who'd you say? Malcolm X. What's funny about that is as weird as that would be and as wrong as that would be,
he'd body it.
If you want to trust somebody who would actually do respect to it,
yes.
If he was forced at gunpoint, I think Chris Evans would
body that shit. Yeah. I think so. Yo, that is I don't even want to think of a world with a fucking Chris Evans, Malcolm X, but he would take it serious.
He would.
How would you
blackface it?
No.
It would just be a white Malcolm X.
Don't make him see Thomas Howell. Come on.
Don't do that.
This is a good way to get canceled right now. What we're talking about.
There's people with pictures from the past that getting canceled now.
For real.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. What would you guys feel like if a topic was like not next week, but the week after? Which character would benefit from a race swap?
That's interesting. We would have to we would have to write things down and come correct to this podcast.
Well, you got 2 weeks, but I mean, you tell me.
That episode makes me nervous, though. To be honest.
No, dude. There's already. I can give you 2 examples of where they already did that.
Captain America
in the comics
with the Hulk and Spider-Man.
The Hulk, Amadeus Cho.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man is Miles Morales.
Yeah.
The new Iron Fist is an Asian character. Is an Asian male.
Captain America is black.
It's been done.
I mean, Iron Man, Iron Heart is black. And apparently the smartest person in all of Marvel is a little black girl.
Yeah.
Shooty?
Yep.
The one that turns into the dinosaur, right?
Yep. No, she doesn't turn. She has a dinosaur.
She has a dinosaur.
Yeah.
It's crazy because
Bloomberg.
when I was looking up the smartest people, because I heard that Steve Richards' daughter was like one of the smartest people ever.
Yes.
But this girl, like Bruce Banner, gave her like the Banner quiz or whatever the fuck it is, and she solved it in like a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
And then like
Bloomberg.
no one has been able to solve this shit. And she goes, "Oh, that was pretty easy." Like the level of intelligence on this little girl is fucking is crazy.
I have a question, Toe. Are you just to clarify? Are you asking what I just said, where they just took the Hulk and made Amadeus Cho? Are you saying let's make Bruce Banner a different race?
Yeah, like if they said,
Black Panther's
let's say
now white.
Batman would have benefited more if he was a black man.
So if Bruce Wayne was a black man, not just Batman itself.
Yeah, no, yeah.
All right, that's gonna take a little more thinking.
Yeah.
So we could say like we could do that for 3 weeks. You guys let me know when you're ready to do it, and then we'll do that.
I do gotta.
Oh yeah, we gotta end this.
I gotta be out. It's end of the month. I gotta get some sleep.
We're gonna.
I don't want to end the podcast if you want to keep going, but
I just want to get Show's thoughts on Disney Plus is doing a Daredevil TV show. Show, what do you think about that?
Dope and scary because y'all gonna disagree. Y'all the professional, but I kind of like the Daredevil that was already made. So you're gonna have to actually top it or make it better. I see Lay about to elbow the fucking screen. So
no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, Toe. You're not wrong, Toe. I mean, Show, you're not wrong.
I'm about to ask Lay to elbow you. Just because you keep saying we're gonna disagree. Stop telling us we're gonna disagree. Well, then let us disagree after you say it, but don't tell me I'm gonna disagree.
But literally everybody disagrees with me on this show. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
We
need the different perspective. That's what makes a show.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So that I think the original was pretty good. So you're gonna have to top that. You're gonna have to make it.
You think they can?
They can if they use the right things. If they listen to people like you guys, and not listen to whoever the hell they've been listening to before.
The suits.
Yeah.
If they actually sit down and speak to people that love this shit, that are making them rich, like, yo, we're gonna put a poll out. What the fuck do y'all want to see? Yeah, we want to see this. We want the blind man to actually see. Okay, 3,000 people said that. All right, fuck it. Y'all want him to see? He sees. Magic. You asked for it. Now leave us alone.
Yeah. I love the fact that Show made this family feud.
No, yeah. But I think
survey says
I think the problem where you go, it's hard to write a TV show. I think that's the problem. I think there are too many people that like the comics more than a TV show. So when they go, we need to add this in there, it goes, that's not gonna make sense on TV. When in reality, all of us are avid TV watchers. Go, that would make perfect sense on TV.
You know what's crazy?
All you need to
comic
do is
books are
show
nuts.
the emotion.
Comic books are nuts.
You know what's crazy?
Just get nuts. It's fine.
I thought that would be Cap as a director. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna put the CGI. That's not in the comic. I don't want that. Like that's how I would see Cap.
I think Cap would try to make something as comic book accurate as possible, but I think Cap will also understand the limitations of doing it in a movie, though. I think it'll be a good balance.
Yeah,
but he would. I think he'd strive for comic book accuracy for sure.
I hate to break it to you guys. I'd be more writer than director.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's what I.
Yeah. But I guarantee you that every single person on this podcast ever, any day of the week, like that has shown their face on my network and that has been in the comments or seen a minute, a second of any of the videos I made, I guarantee you, all of those people, all of the thousands of people that were a part of this, would fire that motherfucker playing the Flash.
Yeah.
They should have fired his ass the minute he ran like this shit. When he started running like the new TikTok dance I'm seeing, fire him. Get him the fuck out of here. I would rather
This
a
is
CGI
this is your moment.
dog.
This
I
is
would
your
rather,
moment. Tom.
yeah, I would rather a CGI fucking dog be the Flash than that motherfucker. Who fucking? This ain't no wax on wax off shit.
Okay, but hold on.
Don't paint the fence.
Okay,
Don't
but
paint
hold
the
on.
fence when you're fucking.
Hold on.
When you're fucking
I would
running.
watch a Flash movie that it's a dog.
Yeah,
I'd
would
watch
too.
that. I would watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, but get and listen. This has nothing to do with the sexuality. I don't give a shit if it's a he, they, them, us.
We don't give a fuck about that.
You, Ezra Miller, you, the fuck out of here. Get out of here. You, wherever you want to be, do it over there.
Get him
not
the
in
box.
the Flash suit.
Get him the box. Get him the box.
Yeah.
But no, that's not his fault.
You
The
have been
director
future
would've
endeavored,
seen
my
that.
man.
He would have
You've
seen
been
that and said, take that shit out.
you and the bitch from Aquaman. You fucked up Jack Sparrow's finger. You've been future endeavored too. Get a hotter bitch in there that can act. My dog stepped on a bee. That was in person. Like, you did that shit in your personal life in front of a judge. You should have been thrown in jail for that. Get out of the comic book industry. Go do that shit in the Notebook where the bitches love you. Do it in 50 Shades of Grey. I don't give a fuck. Stay away from wrestling and comics and the Fast and the Furious. Please. Please. There's enough problems.
We're going too far and I gotta sleep. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Nah,
you guys can stay. I gotta go.
No. And on that note, everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood knucklehead signing out.
Everybody say thank you to Show for showing up. We appreciate you,
Show.
brother. Thank you, Show. Thank you.
I got here as early as possible.
No,
Show
cool,
number 10. Show. Just go straight to number 10.
You still no. We appreciate you, brother. Thanks for coming through, bro. For real.
Yeah, for real.
Guys,